Many say, Mike, that this is going to be a transition year. We got a brand new coach in John Bolin and new offense. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, the Patriots this year, Mike, they're going to be running under Coach Bolin's first year the wing tee offense, which many people who know Coach Bolin are familiar that he runs the wing tee. He coached for about 5 years at Belpre, and then last year at Warren, and of course his first year at Parkersburg South this year. Defensively, they'll be running a base 4-4 defense with some multiple fronts to look. Junior quarterback Zach McMullen, he'll be at the helm. Now, the kind of key thing that you'll notice this year with the Patriots, Mike, they only have 18 players back from the 2006 squad, and that includes 8 seniors, so that pinpoints on the word rebuilding, as people have been talking about.
Yeah, just looking at the roster, it is kind of weird because there was a lot of the guys that were juniors last year that you kind of expected to be on the roster this year. There was a couple that you kind of expected to see and just weren't there. So a whole new lineup, whole new coaching staff as well. There's every guy on the coaching staff was not a part of the team last year. Matter of fact, the former announcer Dwayne Sponseller, who used to do the games for CAS, now on the sidelines is one of the coaches for Parkersburg South. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do tonight against a Marietta Tiger team that last year many said had a disappointing season. They finished 4-7, but if you think, 4-6, but they won 4 of their last 6 ball games. They started off really slow, but then really had a much more exciting season as the season went on. Tell us about what Marietta is going to bring to us tonight.
Well, Marietta, talking about last year, they lost a lot to graduation, Mike. They lost quarterback Michael Groom, who last year threw for over 1,600 yards and 10 TDs, added 5 TDs on the ground. They lost receiver Corey Creechbaum, who had 61 catches, 4 TDs, 765 yards, and their place kicker Justin Estes, who made 5 field goals. Now, as far as this year goes for the Tigers, their offensive line is almost back intact, led by 6', 240-pound center Paul Morellis. So with the entire offensive line back, look for that to open up some holes for the running game for the Tigers this year. We'll start for Parkersburg South. We'll start at split end. Tonight starting will be number 5, Garrett Fogan. He's a 6', 148-pound sophomore. Your left tackle is 6'3", 255-pound senior Zach Buchanan, wearing number 73 on his back. Number 68 is at left guard, 6'3", 210-pound senior Matthew Seckman. At the center position, it's number 55, 195-pound senior Tony Alt. And at right guard, it's 6'3", 260-pound senior Derry Rollison, wearing number 67. Your right tackle is the 232-pound sophomore at 6'1", number 60, Ryan Small. At tight end, 5'10", 182-pound senior Zach Fickelson, number 8. Your quarterback is number 3, 5'11", 182-pound junior Zach McMullen. Your halfback is 5'11", 185-pound senior number 37, Sean Coe. The other halfback, 5'11", 190-pound sophomore Hunter Ferguson. And in the wing-back position, as we said, the Patriots will run the wing T defense. It's 5'10", 168-pound senior Corey Hamilton, wearing number 25.
Okay, we will give you the starting defense for Marietta in just a second, but right now, Marietta is now teeing the ball up. Looks like number 10, Zane Eschball, is going to be doing the kicking for Marietta. And receiving, can you catch those numbers?
Looks like it's, it's hard to see. I'll check that here for you momentarily.
Kick up. And it looks like a little squib kick to start off the ball game. It's going to be picked up by number 2.
That's Hunter Ferguson.
Hunter Ferguson, and he gets tackled quickly and around the 24-yard line. So it looks like the Patriots are going to start their drive from the 24-yard line. A little squib kick there. Looks like they were going to try and catch the Patriots off guard, but they were basically kicked it right to a Patriot. A little bit of excitement there. But
did try to catch him off guard, and on a hot, humid, cool night like tonight here, game time temperature, folks, around 87 degrees, just to give you an idea how warm it is. Certainly not football weather.
No,
right?
no, and it's not like we got air conditioning in the booth either. But I'm not going to complain about that. So.
I'm not either. I'm just happy to be here.
That's right. McMullen lines up under center. We got Sean Coe in a little bit of motion there. He drops back and he's able to he finds somebody open there. Looks like it's number 8, Fickelson.
It was Fickelson on the reception. He's a senior, 5'10", 182 pounds. And that wing T offense really led to that nice rollout to the right by McMullen, and he was able to find his receiver.
Quick play action, quick pass, and it was good. Looks like for they're going to say second down, a 9-yard gain. I thought maybe he actually crossed the 10-yard.
Yeah, official looks like he moved it back a little bit farther. Looked like he got the spot, but it's up on the 33, they say, so 2 yards to go.
All right, so 2nd down and 2. McMullen looks over the defense. He receives the snap, and it's going to be a little keeper up the middle, and it looks like he's able to get the 1st down, tackled by number 33 of Marietta, Perry Wheeler.
That time, Zach Buchanan, the left tackle for Parkersburg South, Mike, really did a good job opening up the hole for McMullen and allowed him to plow forward and pick up that 1st down for the Patriots.
McMullen was able to, it looks like a quick snap too, and they really took advantage of that. Got a quick fire off the ball and able to make enough yardage to get the 1st down. So the first down of the ball game for Parkersburg South. Got 24 for the Patriots. Setting up wide, that would be Joseph Reed.
Marietta jumps off sides there, Mike, prior to the snap.
So that's going to be a 5 bonus yards there for the Patriots. Any little bit will help on this drive.
Oh, absolutely. In conditions like this, especially, it's really important for the coaches who have plenty of numbers on both squads. You want to keep your players fresh in conditions like this.
Right.
Certainly make sure they've got plenty of water to drink on the sidelines.
So that's going to make it 1st down and 5. And I was going to say the yard marker guy has not. There we go. So 1st down and 5. And once again, Reed is split out for the Patriots. McMullen drops back. He hands it off to number 25, Hamilton, who's after he was able to, actually it looks like he lost a yard on that.
Yeah, he may have possibly gotten back to the line of scrimmage depending on the spot. We'll have to wait and see. But Hamilton came out of the wing back position that time and tried to cut the corner here on the near side of the field, and the Tigers pounced all over it.
Right. Well, they've been talking about the new offense, and the wing offense is a running offense, but you're able to do a lot of things with it. So I was kind of interested that they did start off with a pass. Since then, though, all running plays. So let's see if they keep up with that. It looks like they did lose a yard, so it's now 2nd down and 6, I believe. And McMullen drops back. He hands the ball off to Coe, who runs into his own player, and
a flag after the play. It looked like there was a mix-up straight from the snap on that one, Mike. They weren't sure in the backfield if it was a running play or a passing play, and that led to the confusion and a loss of yardage. And we'll have to wait and see what the flag is.
It was definitely a missed assignment. It looked like Coe actually got the ball, but Hamilton ended up with the ball. He was tackled for a loss, but as Mike said, there was a penalty on the play. We got to figure out. Looks like it's going to be on the Tigers.
Yes, Hunter Ferguson's talking to the officials there, so that's a good indication. It is against the defense, and we'll get the call here right now.
Face mask.
Face mask. It's just a 5-yard variety, which basically is just grabbing the face mask and then letting go.
But it's going to help out because that was a true loss on the play.
Oh, most definitely.
And they basically are going to get back to almost the original line of scrimmage. So now 2nd down, actually kind of a gain of a yard there. So 2nd down, 5 yards.
On the 41-yard line.
McMullen scans the offense. He gets Hamilton in motion, and they hand the ball off this time to, I didn't see who got the ball there.
It looked like that time that it was
22.
Sean Coe.
That looked like
it 22?
22 is the one that got the.
Dustin Weigel would be the ball carrier on that one.
Oh, excuse me, it was number 2, so that would have been Hunter Ferguson. I'm sorry.
And you're talking about the wing tee, Mike. Yeah, one thing that does, it is mainly a running offense, but it really keeps the defense on their toes and can allow some big pass plays to open up.
Well, they might have to have that on 3rd down and about 5 now. McMullen keeps the ball. He goes around the end, and he finds a little bit of an opening, but he is tackled, looks like short of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, good tackle there by Cole Beal for the Tigers.
So it looks, definitely short of the 1st down, so it's going to be 4th down, about 1. First big decision of the year for John Boland.
I think early on in the game here, you're going to go ahead and bring your punter on. You don't want to lose momentum, especially on a hot night like this.
And the field position should be good for Parkersburg South, depending on the punt. Who's the punter for that, Mike? Looks like Ferguson again.
Ferguson, yeah, is the punter tonight, and one of the people back to receive for Marietta.
Looks like off the side of his foot there. Got a decent bounce, though. And it's going to be down by a Patriot at the 22-yard line. So
they kicked it away from Perry Wheeler that time. Didn't want him to return it.
About a 20-yard, 25-yard punt, but effective, though, because it's going to be an 80-yard march now for the the Tigers. So now the Tigers will set up on offense for the first time.
And yeah, they're led this year by 6'3" Southpaw junior Cody Westbrook. And look for his main receiver to be Johnny Groom this year.
Marietta now has the ball for the first time. And in shotgun position, Cody Westbrook gets the snap. Actually, he hands it, and number 2 goes up the middle.
Yeah, that was Mike Shields, and that was a little shuttle pass that time, Mike, by Westbrook. He said he's a 6'3", 160-pound junior. He's a southpaw lefty.
Little trickery there to start off the ball game. That's keep the Patriots on their toes. So that was about an 8-yard gain, I believe. So 2nd down and 2.
In the backfield behind Westbrook, you've got Anthony Tabler at tailback and Mike Shields at fullback. Your split in is Sean Munfield and the flanker, Johnny Groom. Also wide receiver Cole Beal, and we'll get the front line for you here in just a minute.
And once again in the shotgun position, and there's a fumble.
South comes up with it.
They tried that shuttle pass again. It was kind of a sloppy handoff. I think number 2 was the one who had the ball, Mike Shield, and he coughed it up and recovered by. I didn't see the number who recovered it.
No,
but
that happened so quick, but good pouncing that time by the Patriot defensive line, knocking the ball loose. And the first big turnover of the 2007 season sets the offense up 1st and 10 on the Tigers' 26-yard line.
So let's see if the Patriots can capitalize on a really, really good turn of events here. McMullen scans the defense. He sets up under center. Hamilton in motion. And this time the ball goes to Ferguson, who's able to get around the end, and he is tackled close to the out-of-bounds marker.
Yeah, about the 16-yard line that time. So about a 9-yard gain approximately down to the 17-yard line. He just turned the corner, had good blocking by the left side of the line.
That was good blocking. So nice first down play. 2nd down, short yardage.
2nd and 1 to be exact. 9-yard gain that time by Hunter Ferguson, just a sophomore.
Yeah, that's a name that, the fact that he is a sophomore, he would not have played last year, or he would have had very little time. So that's a new name, new face for the Patriot offense. McMullen hands the ball off to
Ferguson
once again.
And he did a good job that time crisscrossing his steps. He started to the left, found the hole in the middle. It opened up by center Tony Ott, and was able to pick up the first down yardage, about 2 yards, and they only needed 1 for the first down.
It's a good short yardage play there. So knocking on the door in the red zone, Patriots trying to get the first score of the 2007 season. And this could be a real shot in the arm for this offense.
Almost definitely.
McMullen looks around. He gets the Sean Coe in motion. He hands the ball off to Ferguson again. He's able to squirt through, and he got into, I think, about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, picked up about down to the 9, they're going to say, so they'll spot him for a 4-yard gain.
So that looks like the offensive line is getting some good penetration, opening up the big holes, and the runners are able to capitalize on this.
Nice thing about this part of the field position, if they need to, they can get a first down before getting into the end zone.
That's right. 2nd down and about 6. McMullen gets the snap, and he hands it off to, it was a pretty good trickery play there, because I didn't see who got the ball.
That was a good fake that time by McMullen. I thought he was rolling to his left. And again, the workhorse was Ferguson that time. They've been going to him almost every running play so far. And they held him to no gain. He did manage to work his way back to the line of scrimmage. So a big 3rd down and 6 here for the Patriots, Mike.
So they come up to this line of scrimmage. Coe in motion. This time with Ferguson up again, up the middle, and not able to get enough for the first down.
He spun out of the initial tackle, but the defender for Marietta was right there. Jared Ross brought him down at the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and now a decision here for Coach Bolin. Do you try your kicking game early in the season, or do you just try to go for it? And he's going to go for it.
Look, I would agree with him on this one. It's early enough in the game. They've got decent enough position. If they don't get it, they're going to pin Marietta back I say go for it, and that's what they're going to do is McMullen. Oh, and they
That's
might
gonna
have
give him
just
a first down. Oh, my.
Marietta just might have gave him a gift right there.
And that's going to be just enough for the first down, too. They needed 5 yards.
He just stepped across the. Wasn't able to get back in time. So just a mental mistake right there.
You got to feel sorry. That was big Charlie Becker, 6'3", 265-pound defensive lineman for the Tigers. And
it's still not going to be a first down, though.
Oh, ever so close.
Yeah, you definitely go for it now.
It says 4th and 1, but Mike, I can tell you it's 4th in inches.
Yeah, maybe not even the length of the football.
I would not be surprised if Coach Bolin called a quarterback sneak here.
So the Patriots line up, 4th down, less than a yard, knocking on the door, trying to get the first score of the 2006 season. They got to get the 7 season. They got to get the snap off. Hunter Ferguson gets the snap, and he definitely gets the first down.
Yeah, he went off right tackle that time and got the ball down to just inside the 1 yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Patriots at the 4:30 mark here of the first quarter.
So 4 opportunities to knock the ball in.
And the way it's been playing out so far, Mike, I would say Hunter Ferguson on the carry and hopefully 6 points for the Patriots.
How many times has he carried on this drive? He's probably had at least 5 carries already.
5 or 6.
That's a lot of work for a sophomore. Let's see if he can keep it up. And Ferguson gets the ball, and he's
in for the touchdown.
He's in for 6.
Right off right tackle that time. Good block that time by the right guard, Derek Rollison, to open up the gap. And Ferguson was able to twist his way through. And 6 points for the Patriots.
So the first score of the 2007 season belongs to the Parkersburg South Patriots. And an excellent drive there. And the star of that drive, Hunter Ferguson, probably at least 5 or 6 carries, and he even looks like he gets to kick the extra point.
He is, and holding is Bryant Hooper.
Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is not, though.
Partially blocked.
And so they're going to have to settle for 6 on this drive, but that's better than nothing. They were able to capitalize on a Marietta turnover and able to punch the ball in for 6. So we're about halfway through the first quarter. Parkersburg South in the lead, 6-0 over at Marietta. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more coverage of CAS Channel 45 high school football.
Recovery by the Patriots, and then they went to 26 yards, and they had a 4th down and 5, Mike, where there was a penalty on the Tigers' defense, made it instead of 4th and 5, 4th and inches. Initially picked up that first down, and Hunter Ferguson went in from 2 yards out for the touchdown. And that gives us a 6-0 score with 4:03 left here in the first quarter.
Well, that's one of the things that the coaches stress is you don't want to give the ball up, but when it is given up, when you get the turnover, you got to capitalize. And even though they were just 26 yards away, they were able to get a couple of good running drives or running plays off by Hunter Ferguson, and they were able to punch the ball in. So that might be the shot in the arm that the Patriots need, Coach John Bolin needs. So now lining up to kick off is number 2, Hunter Ferguson. And he's getting ready to kick, and there it goes. Looks like number 11 is going to receive the ball.
And that's Garrett Kerr for the Tigers.
And he is still on his feet. And finally brought down by number 46. Good return there.
He broke about 4 tackles, Mike, that time. He just kept his head down and kept the legs churning on this very hot and muggy evening.
I'd say it was probably about a 25-yard return right there. So
yeah, he took it at about the 21-yard line and got it up to the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And of course, they had the turnover last time, and this time they're starting out decent field position.
Pretty good field position. Let's see if the Tiger offense can capitalize. Once again, in the shotgun formation will be Westbrook.
Parkersburg South's going to play a 4-4 defense, but they're going to have a lot of different stunts and a lot of different looks.
Number 1 in motion, and a quick handoff to number 2, Shields, and he is brought down after about a 4-yard gain. And looks like Fickerson was on the tackle.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen Coach Spicer open things up and let his quarterback throw the ball. But so far, he's going with the safe short running plays.
He might be trying to set up for something, but you're right. He with this offense, you'd think that he'd, at least at this point, he'd already tried to open up at least once. Once again in the shotgun formation, similar to the WVU offense. Westbrook gets the snap, and this time he finds an open receiver on the right side, number 6.
And just as I was talking about, they go to the pass play, and Sean Munfield, 5'11" junior for the Tigers, and that's enough to pick up the first down. First pass completion for the year for Westbrook. Went with the safe quick out pattern that time.
That's right, and it looked like they're giving him a lot of cushion there. Didn't look like there was a South Patriot even anywhere close. There goes the snap and hand off to number 1, Anthony Tabler. And he dances around for a little bit, not much of a gain right there.
He maybe gained a yard if lucky, but did manage to get back to the line of scrimmage anyway. Had his feet knocked out from under him by the Parkersburg defense, Parkersburg South, excuse me.
No huddle offense. Westbrook barking out the signals.
Yeah, continuing to go out of the shotgun formation.
Snap, and quick pass to the left side and over the head of the intended receiver, Johnny Groom.
Great defensive pressure that time by Hunter Ferguson, who's been all over the place tonight. He's been running the ball, and now he jumps up in the air and forces Westbrook to throw it over his intended receiver, which that time was Cole Beal on the far side of the field.
I hope somebody's giving him some water.
No, no kidding.
He is working hard, and it's not. Where are we at in the first quarter?
2:26 to go here in the first quarter.
Number 1 in motion for the Tigers, Anthony Tabler. Snap. Once again, the shotgun formation. Westbrook goes back. He finds a receiver. It is Tabler, and he is running, and he's got quite a gain there.
He's got a first down and then some, Mike, all the way down to about the 12-yard line. That time, Westbrook just dropped back and looked to his left and was able to find Anthony Tabler out of the backfield. And he just ran basically straight down the sidelines, and the South defense just was not able to pull him down until he had the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line.
He was the one to win in motion. It looks like he just had a little out pattern to the sideline. Nobody was really even close to coverage there. He got a nice catch, and he ran for another 20 yards after he received the ball. So excellent play for the Tigers. They are now in the red zone.
That's the ever-important YAC, yards after catch.
That's right.
And the Tigers did it that time. Now a flag on the play prior to the snap this time.
I didn't see any movements. Usually when it's this, though, it's usually a false start. I'm going to talk it over a little bit. Well, we do have the – oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It is on the Tiger offense, rather, Mike. You're absolutely right. False start, so that'll back them up to the 20-yard line.
While we got this little bit of a break, I do want to let you know about our great sponsors here for CAS, and I'm going to tell you about Dollar's Tractor Sales. You can save big today with great rebates on Simplicity riding mowers. So go check out Dollar's Tractor Sales today, or maybe tomorrow, because today you're watching a football game. You definitely don't want to do that maybe right at this moment, but okay, it looks like they're going to take a little timeout on the field. We were talking about this in the last timeout. Sometimes we were not able to see who called the timeout the last time. Sometimes, though, in games like this, when the weather conditions are as such as they are, sometimes the officials will take official timeouts just so the guys can get a little bit of a breather. Because when you're wearing all those pads, this is just not fun.
Oh, it's very important on a night like this when it's probably still 85 degrees with close to 50% humidity, and down on the playing surface it's going to be hotter than that. The heat index at one point today was 102.
I believe
and with
it.
all the pads on, it's so important to keep all those muscles, get all that water in there. I would not be surprised later in the game if you start seeing some of the players have those calf cramps.
Oh,
and
yes.
things like that, which are really something that occurs early in the ball season.
And this is a game where the trainers have got to be on their toes, too, because, matter of fact, I can see Marietta's got a couple on their sideline. I'm sure South has got about 3 or 4 on their sideline as well. This is just a game where everybody's just got to be cognizant of the conditions.
Introducing CAS cables.
And, you got those butterflies. It's the first game, but sometimes you just don't, you got to take a break because it is just too hot. All right, so after the timeout, Marietta is now, the snap goes to Westbrook. He hands the ball off to number 2, Mike Shields. He goes up the middle for a few yards. Looks like it's close to first down. We're going to have to wait for the official call.
Yeah, wait for the players to spread out so we can see. They haven't moved any chains yet. It's marked at the 16-yard line, so that's going to be a second down situation. They just got back to the line of scrimmage, actually. It's going to be a second and 10.
All right, that makes sense.
Play took a little bit of time to develop that time for the Tigers.
Snap goes to Westbrook. He rolls out to his right, and he finds open receiver. Actually, there's jump ball, and looks like it's incomplete.
Yeah, it was thrown back in the corner of the end zone. That time Westbrook made sure that if his receiver, who was Cole Beal, the intended receiver, if he couldn't catch it, he was going to make sure that Parkersburg South didn't come away with the interception. So actually a smart play by Westbrook that time.
Pretty good coverage there by Kurt Busick there, too. He was the cornerback on that particular play. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 10 now. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a jump ball there. And just like you said, if Marietta receiver didn't come down with it, nobody was going to come down with that one. So it was a pretty wise play there by Westbrook. He gets the snap. And after a quick fake handoff, he rolls to his right once again. This time he finds number 4, Cole Beal, and it's pretty close to the goal line. I think he was able to be knocked out before.
Yeah, he didn't cross the plane. He went out of bounds right at the 1. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
So a fine play by Westbrook finding Beal there. About a 11-yard pass play right there.
And that sets up the 1st and goal. Just a minute and 8 to go here in the 1st quarter. And now Marietta does take their first official timeout of the ball game.
And we are going to take a quick timeout too, so we'll be back in just a little bit. We'll see if Marietta can cross the goal line for their first score of the game. You're watching CAS Channel 45's coverage of high school football. Fine pass play from Westbrook to Beal. They are knocking on the door. It's 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line.
And I would say it's either going to go to Anthony Tabler or Mike Shields on this one. You got 4 cracks from the 1-yard line.
Looks like they've got a lineman lining up in the backfield as well. Westbrook first time lining up under center. He hands the ball to number 2, Shields, and he is able to get in for the score.
Yeah, he twisted around, and all you have to do is get that football just across the nose of the goal line, and that's what he was able to do. And that comes at the 1 minute and 3 second mark of the 1st quarter, so we're tied at 6, and we'll see if the Tigers can tack on the extra point. Zane Eschball is going to be the holder, it looks like, and the kicker is going to be Cody Westbrook. Or that may be reversed.
Yeah,
here.
I think that's reversed.
Yep. Cody Westbrook's going to be the holder.
So Marietta trying to take the lead with just 1 minute left in the 1st quarter. Snap is good, hold is okay, but the kick is horrible. You could be about 2 feet tall and block that kick. So
yeah, that was bad from the get-go, Mike. The snap was low and bobbled, and it was just kicked right into his center.
All right, so a couple of touchdowns apiece and a couple of missed PATs apiece. So we've got a score of 6-6. And it was a pretty good drive there by Marietta. They were able to mix the pass and run pretty well on that one. What would you say was the key play on that drive was probably the about 15-yard?
Yeah, catch and pass from Westbrook to Tabler on that one. That was actually a 59-yard drive. There were 3 first downs by the Tigers, and it was capped off by the touchdown run by Mike Shields. And again, the missed extra point.
All right, so we are now knotted up at 6. We've played almost the whole 1st quarter. Up to this point, things are pretty good for both teams. Really, each team has been able to execute pretty well. They had the turnover on the Marietta had the turnover on their first drive, but they were able to capitalize on their next possession. So right now, things going pretty well for both teams, I would say.
Yeah, for the first game of the season, especially on a very hot night like this, both teams are handling themselves well, executing on the key plays. And so far, knotted at 6 apiece. The negative point for both teams, just couldn't quite get the kicking game going yet, but it's early, very early in the ball game.
And folks, I am just digging those graphics. I love those graphics. I'm sorry.
Those are awesome.
The guys from CAS doing a fine job with the production. We have a brand new production mobile studio that we'll be using in all the games this year. Just exciting. Eschbach lines up and he kicks off. It's going to go to number 25, Corey Hamilton. Actually, he lets it bounce in the end zone, and it's going to have a touchback.
Yeah, they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line where it'll be 80 yards to pay dirt if the Patriots are going to score on this drive.
You've got a better view of the clock. How much time left?
1 minute and 3 seconds.
All right, let's see if they can get some sizable yards here before the end of the 1st quarter.
The sun may have gone in, but it certainly hasn't cooled off much.
No, it is every bit warm here at the Erickson All Sports facility. And yes, I am a whiner. So McMullen now under center once again. Looks like Hamilton is in the wing back. And they get the snap. They hand it off to number 24. That's a new number. Have we mentioned his number yet?
It's Joseph Reed. He is a 5'11 junior for the Patriots.
I did notice that he lined up as a split end earlier, but now that time lining up in the backfield. So after about a 5-yard gain, 4-yard gain,
6-yard gain, second, 4
okay.
to 24, and if they're lucky, they'll get one more playoff here.
McMullen gets a snap. And looks like a bit of a broken play. I'm not sure. He's trying to find somebody to get that to, and he is not able to do so. He's tackled for a sizable loss.
Oh, that was a huge loss as Travis Mullins was able to bring down McMullen, and that's going to be the last play of the quarter. A loss all the way back to the 16-yard line.
So that will be the last play of the first quarter, and so we'll be back in just a little bit. We'll see if Parkersburg South can convert on a pretty large third down. We've played one here at the Erickson All Sports facility. The score tied 6 apiece. Parkersburg South and Marietta. We'll be back with coverage of the second quarter on CAS Channel 45. And we're back at the Erickson All Sports facility. And Parkersburg South has a pretty sizable third down in 13, did you say?
Yep,
on the 17-yard line.
17-yard line, just starting the second quarter.
So McMullen with Sean Coe in motion, and he's going to take the ball around the left end, but he was able to squirt through for a couple of yards, but eventually brought down by number 5 for Marietta.
Which is Garrett Foggin. He's just a sophomore, 6 foot, 148-pound sophomore for the Tigers. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 5, so he was able to pick up 8 yards, but well short of the first down.
So the first punt of the evening now for the actually this would be the second punt, and Ferguson is going. Would it be the second or the first?
First. Yeah.
Okay.
Anthony Tabler and Perry Wheeler were back to field it, and that time on the fair catch it was Anthony Tabler.
So the broken play there was a little costly for Parkersburg South, and put them in a long yardage situation, not able to convert. So now the Tigers will be taking over on offense on the Patriot side of the ball.
47-yard line. That was only about a 21-yard punt by the Patriots that time.
2 receivers split out right for the Tigers.
And Sean Munfield over here on the left side. So this time he's got 3 targets to throw to, does Westbrook.
And again, lining up in shotgun formation. This is very reminiscent of the WVU offense, isn't it? I mean, it is. Maybe not in execution, but definitely in look. And he, after the snap, hands the ball off to number 1, Anthony Tabler, who goes around right end and maybe a yard.
Now that had the looks of being a potential big gainer, but Tabler actually had his feet slip right out from under him at the midfield. So a little maybe slick spot there at the midfield. And there was a flag on the play. It looks like it may have been.
I didn't even see the call.
Prematurely dropped. Nope, they are calling a penalty, and they're backing up the Tigers.
Oh, a hold.
10 yards, yep, 10-yard holding penalty on the Tigers. So that's going to benefit the Patriot defense. Push the Tigers all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Once again, a costly penalty. Well, pretty much all penalties are costly, but definitely inopportune times on 2 different occasions now for the Tigers. And Westbrook goes back to pass.
Oh, intended that time for Tabler. Nearly intercepted that time.
Well, it looks like Hamilton was getting ready to put a nice little lick on the receiver. And if he just looks up, he might have that interception. Who knows? But
falls harmlessly incomplete and sets up a 2nd and long. It's time for the Patriots to dig in the trenches.
I say you're going to see another passing play right here.
Oh, 2nd and 20. There's no doubt about it.
Westbrook Two receivers. No, wait. Yeah, two receivers out to the right. No, two receivers to the left. And they, just like clockwork, they run the ball up the middle.
Trying to catch the defense off guard, which was expecting a pass. So what do? They run Mike Shields off left tackle.
Nice little gain, but still a sizable third down conversion now. Looks like they third down and 15.
Yeah, 3rd and 16 actually at the 47-yard line with 10:38 to go here in the first half. Knotted at 6 apiece.
Emptied out the backfield a little bit for Westbrook. He got 4 receivers going out, and he throws the ball incomplete. That one intended for number 5, Johnny Groom.
And that just went right through his hands that time.
He was open.
That would have been a first down completion if Groom would have been able to hold on to it, but instead they're going to have to send the punting unit out onto the field.
Groom slamming the ground in frustration. He knows he should have had that pass. That was a good pass, good everything on that. Just they didn't execute the play, so it's going to be a 4th down now. And dropping back to punt for the Tigers, I did not see a number.
Well, we know Joseph Reed along with Corey Hamilton are back to receive the punt.
Punt this time end over end, goes to the right. It's received by Reed. He goes around the left towards the sideline, and he was able to sneak through for a pretty decent return there.
That was Kurt Busek on the punt for the Tigers, by the way. And the Patriots are going to get the ball on their own 39-yard line, starting out 1st and 10 with 10:11 to go here in the first half. Mike will see if they can put together a drive here and get some more points on the board.
Well, when you're Coach Bolin, you're now, you're in your first game as the coach of the Parkersburg South Patriots. You try to look for little things that you're doing well. That time, Marietta started in their in Parkersburg South territory, and they were able to keep them from any serious movement of the ball there. Matter of fact, Marietta helped out a little bit with the penalty, but a good defensive stand there by the Patriots.
I look for, as the game goes on, look for Coach Bolin to start to open up this wing T offense just a little bit. Right now, he's kind of just adjusting to his new team, trying some new things out, but I would look for him, just from experience from his days at Belpre and Warren, he's got some tricks up his sleeves, and I look for some of those to come out here as the game moves along this evening.
Well, they're constantly adjusting, seeing what works, and right now, in short yardage situations, the offense looking pretty good for the Patriots, and anytime they get into a sizable 3rd down or even 2nd down play, sometimes right now not executing right now, so let's see what happens now. Get a little momentum going on this drive.
Get the jitters worked out.
Yeah, it's the first game. And these guys are excited. School hasn't even started in Wood County yet, so these guys are playing a game before the school year even starts. So just a lot of things going on probably in their head right now. They're just excited to get on the field.
Now the officials are calling the timeout here, talking to some of the Parkersburg South players.
Poor old center Anthony Oth there. He was already on the ball, waiting for the rest of his teammates to follow him, and nobody was there.
Now we got things ready to go, and the Patriots said they're going to be starting, Mike, on the 39-yard line, their own 1st and 10.
And McMullen looks over the defense. Hamilton in motion. McMullen gets the snap, and not much going on back there. I don't know if that's a design play where he's just not getting the blocking, but that's the 2nd time that he's took the snap and kind of almost been met in the backfield by the Tiger defense.
I think what they were trying to do on that one, coming out of the wing position in the backfield, was Corey Hamilton, and they were trying to set up where it looked like he was going to be the ball carrier and hopefully open up a hole for McMullen to run into, but that time the Tiger defense read it well and shut it down. Actually lost a yard. It's now 2nd and 11 for the Patriots.
This time Cohen in motion. McMullen drops back the pass. He does have a receiver open, and he makes the catch.
And
it's
he's
Hamilton.
Still on his feet.
Nice play.
Wow.
He actually kind of underthrew the ball, and that actually kind of worked in his favor a little bit. Nice little pitch and catch there to Corey Hamilton. Excellent gain all the way to the Marietta 28-yard line.
Perry Wheeler was the defender that time on the pass play, and as you said, it was thrown short, and Wheeler didn't see it coming, and South was able to reel it in, and a huge completion that time by McMullen all the way down to the 27, where it's 1st and 10. 9:07 to go here in the first half.
So sparked from the Patriot passing game. That's pretty exciting if they can keep that momentum going. McMullen now with the snap. He gets the ball to number 2, Hunter Ferguson, who's able to go around right end. Maybe
a couple yards on the play.
Okay.
It looks like he did get the corner. That's the first carry he's had since the first quarter, so he got a little bit of a rest there.
And that's good because they worked him really hard in that first quarter. So as you said, about a 2-yard gain, second down and about 8.
And they're going to call it a long 8. Scoreboard actually says 2nd and 9.
Okay.
As the Patriots come to the line, starting to cool down just a little. The humidity is going down a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's a breeze. Didn't know that was possible this time of the year. And confusion in the background, but McMullen was able to get the pass away. Touchdown! All right.
And that was not confusion, Mike. That was set up all the way. It was a play-action fake by McMullen that time, and pulling the ball in for Parkersburg South.
Looked like Fickerson, number 8.
Yeah, I think it was Fickerson, and he was wide open in the corner of the end zone. That just completely fooled the Marietta Tiger defense that time. 6 more points on the board. It's 12-6 now. We'll find out if Coach Bolin is going to try to kick or get that point back and go for 2 here.
Ferguson would be the kicker, and he is out there. I don't see anybody with the tee,
They're
so
going for 2.
They're going to go for 2.
Lining it up.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, this early in the game, you've got nothing to lose.
McMullen gets the snap, and it looks like it was a quick snap. It might be a penalty.
Yeah, there was a fumble on the play, actually. As you said, the snap came quick, but rather than a penalty, well, there were flags on the play. Now we'll see if the Tigers maybe jumped or if it was the Patriots that moved too quick.
Looks like a legal shift.
Yeah, illegal motion actually on the Patriots, and the penalty is declined, so the 2-point conversion fails, and it's 12-6, but 2 beautifully completed passes on this drive. 8:08 to go in the first half. 12-6 lead right now by Parkersburg South.
And that's exciting because even though it is the wing offense, which is a primarily running offense, it does, like you said earlier in the ballgame, it opens up the pass, and it was good to see them execute on the passing game.
And on that touchdown pass, actually, they started the wing in motion, and that allowed the McMullen to fake. He actually took 1 step back, then went forward and found his receiver wide open. 61-yard drive. They had 1 first down on play to the Patriots.
1 first down.
It was McMullen to Fickelson, 26-yard touchdown pass for the score. It's 12-6, 8:08 left in the first half.
Looked like on that 2-point conversion try, too, that sometimes what they do is the quarterback will line up, and there's a play that they have with the center. Well, they'll basically do a quick touch, and the center's supposed to hike the ball at that point. That's looked like that was what that was supposed to be. Just once again, a bad execution, fumble, and once again, not able to convert on the conversion. Nonetheless, still exciting passing touchdown for the Patriots. I don't know how many they had those last year, but I think it was a pretty small number.
They were few and far between last year, so we can mark 1 in the books.
There you go. So now the Patriots will line up for the kickoff. And once again, Hunter Ferguson will be doing the kicking. And the waiting to receive the ball will be number 33 for the Tigers, which is Perry Wheeler, and also number 1,
which is Anthony Tabler.
Ferguson runs toward the ball, and the kick is off. And so-so kick. It's going to be actually received about the 25-yard line by number 11.
That's Garrett Kerr on the return. Takes it up across the 35-yard line to approximately the 36. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to spot the ball. I was right at the 36. 8:02 left here in the first half for the Tigers here to try to put a scoring drive together as they're now trailing by 6, 12-6.
As we approach halftime, I do want to let you know that we will be having the Dowlers halftime show. We'll be showing you the Parkersburg South Marching High School Band. We'll be talking with them, or not talking with them, but we'll be showing you them. Also, I think there's going to be a performance by the Southern Bells, and also we'll give you some stats as well. So that'll be coming up at halftime, the Dowlers halftime show.
Shields gets the handoff, and he comes off the left corner Turns the corner, crosses the 41 to about the 43 that time for the Tigers.
Looks like close to a first down, but probably not enough.
Yeah, he's going to come up about 2 yards short, so give him an 8-yard gain that time up to the 43-yard line. They're going to call it second and a long 3, actually.
But every time you get 6-7 yards on first down, that's good.
That's what you want to do offensively. That starts wearing the defense down.
Tabler in motion, and Westbrook gets the snap. He hands the ball off to Shields, who gets up the middle and close to first down, maybe a first down. We'll have to wait for the official mark.
Yeah, he passed the first down.
Yep.
Got it by a couple yards that time, so up to about the 44-yard line, 46-yard line rather, for the Tigers. They'll have first and 10. Clock continues to wind, 7:45 left here in the first half.
Once again, no huddle for the Marietta Tigers. And the snap to Westbrook, and met quickly in the backfield by number.
Oh, that was a good defense.
Number 8,
Fickerson
Fickerson.
There. Yep, it was number 8, Fickerson, and also Ferguson in on the stop right away.
It's a good penetration on that play, and
they got him wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, Mike. So second and 10 now for Cody Westbrook and the Tigers.
One receiver split out to the left, 2 split out to the right for the Tigers. Tabler and Shields in the backfield, and now they empty it out a bit. So looks like a little screen pass to number 4, and good coverage by the Patriots. That pass goes to number 4,
Cole Beal,
and it was good coverage by the cornerback of the Patriots.
Westbrook almost, targeted in that time on his receiver, Beal. He took a little too long. Screen pass, you want to get that snap and turn and throw it right away. He kind of stepped back, looked over.
He looked at the receiver the whole time, didn't he?
The defense, they were radared in on the receiver that time, so very short gain. 3rd and 9, only 1-yard gain.
Shields in motion. Once again in the shotgun position. They hand the ball up the middle, this time to Tabler. He's able to get free a little bit, but eventually brought down by the Patriot defense.
Picked up about 5 yards, but it's going to come up 4 yards short of the first down. So the Tigers are facing a punting situation. Close to midfield, though.
Nice stand by the Patriot defense.
Still 6 minutes to go. You wouldn't think the Tigers would go for it.
I would think not.
And Marietta's actually going to take a timeout, their second timeout, so they'll only have 1 left here in the first half.
I think we should take a timeout as well. So
Sounds
we will
good.
be back in just a little bit. You're watching a great game between the Patriots and the Marietta Tigers on CAS Channel 45. We were surprised to find out that Marietta did not bring a punter out there, so they were going to go for it, but looks like false start on, once again, another costly penalty for the Tigers. So that's going to definitely put them in a punting situation now, 4th down and 10.
That's their 3rd costly penalty, or in other words, 3rd penalty at an inopportune time for the Tigers here in the first half.
Were they trying to draw them off and maybe just made the mistake themselves?
I think so. I think that's what they're going to see if they're going to jump.
Oh!
A bad snap. And they may catch the punter.
Oh, geez. All right.
Oh, and South's going to have great field position, Mike.
Bobbled snap by the punter, number 6 for Marietta. That would be Sean Munfield. And he actually was able to escape out to the left side, but finally covered up by the Patriots defense. So as Mike said, the Patriots are definitely going to have good possession now, or a good field position on this possession, about the 43-yard line.
And you can't blame Munfield on that one. That was a low snap, and he just had no time. He had to pick it up and run.
It's like trying to catch a knuckleball.
Yeah.
It was a pretty poor snap, so
see if the Patriots can take advantage of the field position here.
Reed split out left for the Patriots. Ball handed off to nice play, and it goes to Hamilton. It was a fake to Coe, and Hamilton was the one that ended up with the ball. Good.
And he picks up the first down. Basically, that was your wing tee to perfection that time, as they did fake the handoff to the right side, and going back to the left that time was Hamilton. He had a huge hole opened up by the entire left side of the line, by the offensive line of the Patriots, Mike, and he scampered all the way down to the 27-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Parkersburg South, and they still have 5 minutes and 27 seconds left to work. to get more points on the board.
Great play action there. I mean, from the naked eye, I thought the ball was going to go to Coe, and it was a good fake handoff there going to Hamilton. Good play. So now the next play, he hands off up the middle. I didn't see who got the ball, but it looks like about a yard maybe gain on that play. Let's see who comes up from the bottom of the pile.
They're slow getting up.
It looks like Ferguson was the ball carrier on that one.
Ferguson.
He was able to, looks like about a yard and a half maybe.
Gets it down. They're giving him 2 yards down to the 25, so 2nd and 8. And he's been the workhorse here in the first half.
Yes, he has. Is he a junior?
He is.
No, he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore. Oh, my.
That's right. We mentioned that earlier. Now I do remember that.
Bright future ahead for that
That's
young
right.
man.
Handoff. Actually, no, he keeps the ball himself, McMullen, and he was able to sneak through for a couple yards, but a flag down and in the area of holding.
Yeah, I believe that is going to come back, and that's going to hurt because that'll make it 2nd and 18, and I'm sure Marietta will take the penalty. Just watching as many football games as I had in my time, I always know when it's a holding call. That's going to push the Patriots back 10 yards, unfortunately.
And it's always the guy that says, "Who, me?"
I didn't have a hold of his jersey.
No way.
The good news on this is there's still 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Now your bad news, the ball all the way back to the 42-yard line. Now they're going to mark it actually on the 38, and it's going to be 2nd and long distance coming up for the Patriots. 2nd and about 21 yards to go.
Well, let's see if
pass time.
The pass has been working up to this point. Let's see if it happens again.
And they do send 3 receivers, split 2 to the right and 1 to the left.
McMullen drops back. Looks like it's going to be the same play, but not open this time. And he eventually brought down for
Dan Nicholson, a 5'8", 235-pound lineman, was able to get in the backfield and stop McMullen in his tracks.
Oh my, this is a...
We're going backwards
This
here.
is a 3rd down and a whole lot. What are we looking at? 3rd down and 30?
3rd down and about, 29.
Oh my. Now there's not many plays in the playbook for that, so we might be playing for a punt field position here. Hamilton split out to the right.
Shotgun this time for McMullen. Oh, nope, he did go under center. And the
screen pass. And not really executed very well. And a myriad of Marietta defenders there able to make the stop.
That was dangerous from the get-go.
Yes.
And McMullen dropped back, and he was under, needless to say, could you say intense pressure that time as he saw 3 Tigers coming toward him. He just threw the ball up in the air, and luckily Parkersburg South caught that. That could have very easily been intercepted, but it does set up 4th. Well, they lost 2 more yards, though, 4th and 31 at the 48-yard line. 3 minutes left here in the first half.
Let's see if we can get a good punt off here and see if we can hold them for the last 3 minutes.
Nice
spiral punt. It drives them all the way back. It looks like it's going to die before it gets to the goal line, so Tabler's got to pick it up and run with it, and brought down eventually by...
Gets it out to the 16-yard line. That was really a smart play that time by Tabler. Picked it up on the bounce, realized it wasn't going to go in the end zone, and made a positive out of a negative that time. Rather than being pinned back deep, at least they're starting on the 16-yard line.
Well, the Patriots got exactly what they needed there. Finally, a pretty good punt, and it's going to pin them back behind the 20-yard line, so it's going to be a pretty sizable jaunt now for the Marietta Tigers. Starting position on the
16.
Okay, 16-yard line.
They'll have 84 yards to go to strike pay dirt. But they only have 2 minutes and 43 seconds to work with.
Let's see how their 2-minute offense executes. 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. 1 in motion, leaving Westbrook by himself in the backfield. He looks back, got a couple of different people to throw to, and he's able to,
oh my goodness. Mike, Sean Munfield could not have been more wide open down the sidelines. He was running in stride for stride, and the ball went right through his fingertips.
I think that's one of those situations where he might have been too open. He had a little bit too much to think about, and he bobbled it a little bit, and that could have been a big play. And so let's see if.
And he got out in front of the defender, so luckily an incomplete pass for the Patriots. Makes a 2nd down and 10 with 2:37. Looks like South defense after that near collapse there is taking a timeout to try to regroup.
They may need to talk about that. And really, in retrospect, seeing, how the defense has been, the passing game pretty good for the Tigers. Getting some decent coverage, but there's been a lot of times where they've been padding a little bit too, and the Tigers have been taking advantage of that. And that was a situation right there that could have been very, very costly there for the Patriots.
Yeah, that's one you definitely want to make the adjustments quickly, because you don't want a receiver that wide open again, especially later in the game. So it's only a 6-point game right now, 12-6 with 2:37 left here in the first half.
That was a pretty pass too, man. That's one of those situations, just like I said. And I think maybe he had too much time to think about it, and by the time it got to his hands, brain wasn't working or something. I don't know.
As the ball came floating over his helmet, he was thinking about that touchdown, and it slipped through his fingertips, and he was thinking about crawling back to the huddle.
Thinking about his Chad Johnston, the touchdown dance there or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
So a break, if you will, for the Patriots, because that could have been big. So now we got 2nd down and 10, and they got a couple minutes to kill here before halftime. As I said, we will be bringing you the Dowlers halftime show in just a bit.
I hope that wasn't thunder I just heard. That is thunder I just heard. That's not a good thing.
No, man, it's once again, the conditions are right for it, I guess you could say.
I didn't say that word, just forget it.
All right, yeah. Back to pass, and this time
Westbrook was feeling the pressure that time. He really didn't. He sacked himself, so to speak. He ducked under the tackle and lost his footing.
And guess who had the sack?
Down.
Who will get the credit for the sack?
Oh,
Hunter
it's probably going to be Hunter Ferguson, yeah.
The boy has been all over the field, folks.
Think he's going for a player of the game
I
here?
think. Just excited to be varsity for the first time, I'm sure. He's having quite a game for himself. So that is 3rd down, and after about a 4-yard loss, would you say?
Yep, that brings up 3rd and 14.
So once again, a important long conversion for the Tigers, and
now a flag. I think they had a man in motion that time illegally. Of course, the official could make a completely different call. Nope,
false start.
False start, yep. That's going to back him up even further. But, South's still got 1 timeout to work with here. It's a 3rd and 19 now, and the ball's backed up on the 7-yard line. If the Tigers don't do anything on this play, you'd think you got to use that timeout and put some pressure on the punter and maybe get a partial block or a block punt or something that gives you a chance to put some more points on before you go into the locker room at halftime.
And apparently it was something to talk about that Marietta decided to take a timeout themselves. So we will too. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back for a long 3rd down conversion. Hopefully not for the Marietta Tigers. You're watching CAS Channel 45. We're back, and Cody Westbrook now in shotgun position once again for the Tigers. 3rd down and 16. Empty back. Well, no, they got 1 guy in the backfield, and they run the ball. Interesting play call.
Yeah, they handed off that time to Anthony Tabler. He only maybe got 1 yard, and right immediately, Parkersburg South takes that last time out to stop the clock. And here's your situation. They're going to have a chance to put some pressure on that Tiger punter, Mike. The ball is going to be spotted actually at the 9-yard line, so they got 2 yards that time.
And they've got history on their side too, because the last punt was horrible. I mean, the last punt attempt was horrible.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
I don't know. What do you think about that play call there by Marietta? I thought, if you try a pass, their passing game is pretty good. Maybe you don't get the 1st down, but at least you get a little bit more position for your punter.
That's what I expected them to do. I thought they would at least try to do a little quick out or a little screen or something to open it up a little bit and get it up the field. But they chose just to do the running play. And like I said, the ball is going to be spotted on the 9-yard line, but your punter is going to be standing back in the end zone. So I would not be a bit surprised if Coach Bolin maybe only puts 1 guy back and then just sends everybody else.
Well, now that you say that, there is going to be 2 in the backfield, but yeah, this has got to be a situation. You got to send everybody you can send.
Ryan Stahl and
actually they're going to have 3 in the backfield.
Kurt Busak. Yeah, now coming back there to join him is Corey Hamilton. He had the good return.
Send 10.
Well, now only 1's going back. Hamilton's the one that's going back. And here's the punt. It's a end-over-end punt.
And the coaches are saying, stay away, stay away.
It does go out of bounds, so it's going to be at about the 37-yard line, so not bad field position for Parkersburg South. And they've got 1:38 to work with, but the key here, Mike, they don't have any timeouts left, so they can't do any short running plays right up the middle. They've got to have 2 or 3 plays called right now in the huddle and run that quick spread offense.
And for what we've been seeing up to this point with their kicking game, they got to be thinking 6 right now, I would think. I don't know. I don't know. We have not seen. I didn't see him in warm-ups. I don't know how far the kicking. It looks like Hunter Ferguson is going to be their kicker. So it looks like they've got to go to the goal line to get some success here on this drive.
And I'm surprised they're not running Mullen out of the shotgun, but he's running under center.
Quick drop, and
the pass is caught. It was completed to Corey Hamilton.
Now they're saying,
I guess they said he dropped.
They're saying incomplete.
Well, good thing about that, it did stop the clock, but I'm a little surprised that they just ran, as I was mentioning, a short play like that right in the middle of the field. No timeouts left, only 1:35 to work with. This is the time you definitely want to go into your quick huddle, hurry-up offense.
Right. Well, this is the first real opportunity for them to test out the new offense in a 2-minute situation. So let's see what the next play call brings. And it looks like up the middle, a run. Are they going to be? They call the timeout, and now they don't do anything to really be aggressive about it.
Really odd play that time. As that looked like that was a quarterback keeper by McMullen all the way. And the clock is rolling now down to 1:15, 3rd and 9 on the 46-yard line.
Interesting formation, 3 lined up to the right.
Yeah, they do have to finally go out of the shotgun for McMillan. He's under pressure.
He's still on his feet. He's able to get away. Now he's got a blocker in front of him.
He needs to get out of bounds, though, and he doesn't. He gets back, though, and does make positive yardage, getting inside the 35 down to the 34, but he's going to have to – it's 4th down. So they'll just let the clock run now.
Yeah, at this point.
That really surprised me, this series of plays here.
You call a timeout so you can, so you're by calling the timeout, you're saying we're going to attempt to score here. And then 2 quick running plays. I think it takes them out of the momentum. They're going to line up for 4th down.
You might as well drop back and go toward the end zone here. Nothing to lose.
24 seconds on a ticking clock, and he gets sacked.
Yeah.
And the clock is going to stop for the change in possession. So Marietta's going to get one more play.
Stratton Johnson, the 6', 225-pound junior for the Tigers, got through that time to pull McMullen down. And quite frankly, that was a wasted series of plays by Parkersburg South that time. They had a situation where they had good field position and just didn't take advantage of it that time.
So the Tigers are going to line up on their own 40-yard line. So that's 60 yards. Stranger things have happened, folks.
True.
Let's just hope. Hopefully, this is not going to be one of those situations. Passing game, though, looking at times pretty sharp.
Westbrook does send 3 receivers, Mike, 2 to the left and 1 to the right.
Now he empties out the backfield, got 2 on the wing. He gets the snap in the shotgun formation. Nice pass. Nice throw to a wide open. Oh, no, and he makes a move.
No, and
no.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my.
Johnny Groom on the reception. He just ran a straight-out pattern down the middle of the field, got in front of the defender, faked one other tackler out, and he was gone all the way for the touchdown, and it ties it up at 12 apiece. And
now they have a chance to take a lead going into halftime.
What a turnaround of momentum. 4.8 seconds left here, and the Tigers, as you said, are going to have a chance to tack on the extra point unless they, for some reason, decide to go for 2, which...
Yeah, this is going into halftime. In this situation, I kick it. I'd see if we can at least get the lead that way. Of course, I don't know if they're... Well, their kicking game might not be very strong either, so...
Westbrook lining up.
There's the snap.
Up, flag.
Another penalty.
Wow. And this might change their mind because it's a false start on the Tigers. That's going to push them back 5. So instead of the ball being on the 2-yard line for the 2-point conversion, it's going to be back on the 7-yard line. And indeed, they are now going to try to kick for the extra point.
So Zane Eschball is going to come out and try the PAT. Now it's going to be a little bit more like a field goal, a true field goal.
Yeah, it'll be spotted on the 7, so it'll be a 17-yard attempt here.
Oh my, what a turn of events here at the Erickson All Sports facility. Snap is not good. The hold is not great either, but
it made it.
Oh my
it
goodness.
Squeaked over the crossbar. It literally rolled over the crossbar. And Marietta takes a 13-10 lead, and we've got time for the kickoff and return, and that's about it of the first half, Mike. What a turn of events here for the Patriots. Wow. You couldn't have mapped that one out any better if you were the Tigers, but as far as the Patriots go.
Well, once again, they take the timeout. That's what's right now. Parkersburg South on their side right now, as Marietta has been making some silly penalties. They've been
that was a 57-yard pass completion.
One play.
From Cody Westbrook to Johnny Groom. One play, 57-yard drive, and oh wow, what a change of momentum here going into the locker room.
Exactly, and that's. The Patriots did not need that. Like I said, they have one thing on their side. The Tigers have been having some silly penalties, but that, you take the timeout, that shows that you're going to try and punch it in or at least try and do something. You start off your drive with 2 running plays, and that makes your offense go into a 3rd and long. I don't know. It's some interesting play calling. Hopefully the Patriots can rebound from that. Just like you said, though, just enough time this half to get a kickoff in.
I do have to thank my son, Matthew Helm, they're our spotter tonight, for providing us with those touchdown yardage and plays. That helps us out tremendously.
Doing an excellent job.
And about all you can say now is receive the kickoff, get what you can out of it, and maybe you'll get lucky and break it. But
that's right. Well, let's see what happens. Eschball is lining up for
he's
the
really
Tigers.
All the way over on the left hash. That's a strange ball position for the kickoff.
Maybe another squib kick.
That's what I'm
I don't know why they would do. Well, okay, you would probably do that to kill the half. And that's what he does. It's received by Hunter Ferguson, who brings the ball up the middle. And he was not able to break anything of any serious magnitude. And looks like going into halftime, the Marietta Tigers, one play gives them the lead. And going into halftime, they have the lead over the Parkersburg South Patriots, 13-12.
Patriots haven't come onto the field just yet, but Tigers are all set to receive.
Again, it looks like Wheeler and Tabler getting ready to receive the kick, probably from Ferguson. He has been the kicker up to this point. So while we got a brief second, let me give you another one of our sponsors here for CAS coverage of high school football this year, Johnson Chiropractic. Avoid backpack back pain this school season. Overloaded backpacks can cause big pain. Stop by Johnson Chiropractic today, and we will be having a Johnson Chiropractic player of the game to end this ball game when the final whistle blows, and hopefully the Patriots will be in the lead at that point. So it looks like Ferguson is going to line up for the kick, and we're going to get the second half underway. And he approaches, and here comes the kickoff, and the second half has begun. Looks like Wheeler's going to make the catch, and he brings it up the middle. He's able to sneak through for a couple extra yards before he's brought down by a couple of Patriot defenders there. Busick and number 38 for the Patriots, which is Joshua Blair.
That was a 15-yard return that time for Tabler. Started at the 15, got the ball out actually to the 31, 16-yard return. So the Tigers will start 1st and 10 on their own 31, and we'll see if they go right back to the air.
I think they will. I mean, they have made no secret of it. That's what they want to establish. I mean, they did some timid play calling in the beginning, but they had that big pass play that could have happened in the first half that didn't happen, and then they were able to connect on the next play. So I think they're definitely going to open up the passing game here, try and open up a little bit of a lead. He goes back to pass, and that time it was broken up.
Wow, nearly caught by Johnny Groom. He had 2 receivers around him. I think he heard the footsteps a little bit. Somebody got just enough fingertip on the ball for it to fall incomplete.
I believe that was Hamilton, Corey Hamilton, that broke up the play a little bit. Still almost caught, as you said, though, by Groom. just adjusted just enough where he wasn't able to make the catch. So 2nd down and 10. And again, they're going to hurry up with the offense.
And they send 3 receivers, split 2 to the right and 1 to the left.
And a handoff to Tabler. He goes around the right to towards the sideline. And good coverage there. Good run defense there by the Patriots. They were able to hold him to no gain, 3rd down and 10.
And that play was just really slow in developing for the Tigers that time. The defense was able to make the quick adjustment, realizing that it was going to be a run instead of a pass, and got over there to the sideline and held Tabler to no gain. It's actually lost 1 yard, so now it's 3rd and 11.
Definite passing situation. 2 split ends out to the left, 1 out to the right. Looks like the Patriots are in a zone type of defense, and I think they're going to call a false start. We'll have to wait on the call. I believe that's what they're going to say, though. And it must be something to do with the center. He must be doing something with the ball, because the center looks a little perplexed right now, like he didn't know what he did.
Well, if he moves the ball just any at all prior to the snap, if he just lifts it the slightest little bit, they're going to catch him for that penalty every time.
I think that's happened now 2 times now, because they're calling the penalty before the rest of the guys are even set on the line. The center's already there, and they're calling the penalty before even the tackles are in their stance.
And that's the 9th penalty, Mike, against the Tigers.
Patriots have got to take advantage of this. Now it's 3rd down and 15, definite passing situation. And a couple of receivers open to the left. And again, with the catch, it's Groom, and he's able to get away.
And that's going to be enough to pick up the 1st down. He caught the pass right at the 1st down yardage and then broke a tackle and got the ball across midfield. So that was about a good 32, 35-yard pass completion by Westbrook to Groom. And once again, the Patriots are unable to stop the Tigers. They pick up a very huge 1st down.
Who's on coverage of Groom there? It looks like number 4, Ryan Stoll. So they got a sophomore on coverage.
And they're going deep, and oh my goodness, he was open again, Mike. That was Sean Munfield. They were going for him again, and he was open. At this time, Westbrook just got too much air under the ball.
That play was quick in developing, because they had lined up already. Matter of fact, they're already lining up again, so they're in a definite hurry-up offense. But
they are running the quick snap offense for sure. And the defense just isn't adjusting very well at this point.
2 receivers split out to the left, 2nd down and 10, to the right, 1 receiver out to the left. And Tabler in motion for the Tigers. There's the snap, a handoff to number 2, Shields, who goes up the middle for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, tough 4 yards there as he just kept plowing the legs forward, but Patriots are able to finally bring him down. That's going to bring up another 3rd down situation, this time a little bit shorter, though, 3rd and 6. But they've got to get some double coverage on one of those receivers.
You got Munfield split out to the left. You've got Groom, and looks like Cole Beal split out to the right. Shields and Tabler still in the backfield, and now Tabler in motion. Here comes the snap and quick fake handoff, roll out to the right, and a nice pass and catch to
Michael Groom.
Oh, geez.
Once again, and he's all the way down to the 21-yard line for another Tiger 1st down. And here in the 2nd half so far, Cody Westbrook is 3 for 4 in this 3rd quarter, and all 3 of those passes, Mike, have been on 3rd down situations. All the completions, rather.
And they're just not, for one thing, they're not getting a lot of pressure on Westbrook. He's able to roll out, and that's tough for a southpaw to roll out to the right and still make a good pass like that.
Definitely, because you're throwing across your body.
And he's connecting, and that time to Groom. This time he throws it out to the to the left.
Groom heard the footsteps that time, as on the coverage for Parkersburg South was number 37, Sean Coe. And he broke the pass up, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Tigers have the ball on the Patriots' 24-yard line.
They got 2 receivers split out to the left, and they've only got 1 guy covering them. So hopefully they'll make an adjustment. There we go. Sean Coe now comes out. They're going to have some tight coverage on here. 2nd down and 10.
The speed right now is the thing that's hurting the Parkersburg South defense. The Tiger receivers really get that quick step out in front of you.
Looks like another screen. No, they're going to go up the middle. And and almost caught still.
Yeah, that ball was intended for Ryan Stahl. Check that. Wrong
Cole
roster
Beal.
there. Cole Beal. And Westbrook just threw it a little bit behind him that time. And good coverage, though, also by the South defense that time. So now you've got 3rd and 10, and this is another. Whoops, we've got a flag on the play.
Another flag down. It's on the Tigers again.
So now they'll still only have 2nd and long, and this has been the another holding call. Oh, backs him up 10 yards. Those are the kind that just drives a coach crazy, because they've played one half of football and they should have those kind of mistakes worked out. But it's been these type of situations right here, your 2nd and 3rd and long, that the Tigers in this 3rd quarter so far have been successful. So we'll see if Patriots can tighten up the reins a little bit here defensively.
Shore up the coverage, that is for sure. So 2 receivers split out to the left again in shotgun formation. Westbrook hands the ball off to Tabler, who is met quickly by number 75 of the Patriots, David Van Kirk. Nice play by the senior, and a tackle for a loss. So a sizable 3rd down. They've been successful on 3rd down this drive, but this is a pretty long play now. Let's see if the Tigers can execute.
That's one of those plays where the defense was in the right place at the right time, and Van Kirk just was right there as soon as the ball was handed off, dropped him right there on the spot, and Tabler had absolutely nowhere to go. Now it's 3rd and 27.
And this is the situation that they've gone to that sideline route to either Munfield and another.
I think, yeah, it is. Nope, Marietta's going to call a timeout because they're not sure about things.
Well, you know what? This is a pretty important time. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be back with a 3rd down play from Marietta. You're watching CAS Channel 45. Quarter. Marietta with the lead 13-12, and they have to convert a pretty long 3rd down. They've been pretty successful on this drive, and they go through the air once again. This time, almost intercepted by Corey Hamilton. It slips through his hands, also almost picked off by Busick, but the first time they were able to stop them now, and that's going to make a 4th down and pretty long.
And they'll bring the punting unit in. Well, the Tigers, that time Westbrook, for the first time tonight, really, to my surprise, threw into double coverage that time, and there was no way that ball was going to be completed, and almost nearly picked off, as you said.
One of his first really poor decisions when it comes to the pass. Normally he's been pretty pinpoint up to this point, and that was a pretty bad pass. So Marietta with the punt, and it's a punt that's going to go into the end zone. And we're gonna have a touchback. Patriots will start their next drive from the 20-yard line.
And this is the first possession here offensively of the second half. Even if they are unable to put any points on the board, Mike, if they can pick up 2 or 3 first downs and establish a little bit of offensive rhythm, that's really going to be a key on this first possession here.
So let's see if they can do just that. McMullen now gets his play from the sideline. He's going to come out. It's been, they have had their moments. I mean, the offense has looked pretty good at times. The poorest that they've looked was right at the end of the first half.
Right.
After scanning the defense quickly, McMullen now sends Hamilton in motion, and he pitches out to Hamilton, who's getting a nice run out to the outside. He's still on his feet, and he gets tackled around the first down yard.
Close to that first down marker. It's going to depend exactly where the knee went down, but it looks like he may have come up a yard short. We'll see. They're going to call it a 9-yard gain. So he picked up 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1 as the ball will be put down at the 29-yard line. 8:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and South trailing by 1, trying to march down the field and retake the lead.
And the Patriots come down to the ball. 2nd down and 1, as Mike said. And another pitch out to Hamilton, who brings it, and I believe he got it this time. We'll have to wait on the mark.
It's going to be awful close because they tripped him up at the ankle. Yeah, they did just give him enough, and they're moving the sticks forward.
So a couple of quick pitch plays to Corey Hamilton, and they get a 1st down out of it. And just as Mike said, we are seeing a little bit, hopefully, of a momentum change here.
Well, at least they picked up the 1st down. They didn't go 3 and out.
That's right. Got good yardage they got themselves in a good 1st down situation. Good yardage on 1st down and an easy make on the 2nd down. So let's see if it happens again. But once again, Hamilton in motion. And And he was able to get away after getting the pitch. And 3 consecutive plays to Hamilton and 3 pretty decent runs.
He picked up that time about 6 yards on the play. The defense of Marietta, I think, was just as I was at first, thought that Zach McMullen kept the ball because that was a good fake. McMullen went upfield, and then all of a sudden, out around the corner comes the ball, and they did pick up. Well, they actually got 9 yards on that, Mike. So it's 2nd and 1.
It didn't look like he got that far, so good, favorable spot looks like. And
they keep picking up 8 and 9 yards on first down. They're going to be in good shape.
Hamilton in motion once again. This time the ball goes to Hunter Ferguson, who is stopped in the back. Well, actually, he did make a little surge there at the end, but I think he still lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, he didn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage.
But a good effort just to get as far as he did because he was met as soon as he got the ball in the backfield. So they're going to say no gain, which is to the favor of the Patriots. I thought he at least lost a yard. So 3rd down, short yardage.
As you said, it was that second effort, Mike, where he was able to get himself back to the line of scrimmage that time. And Ferguson did a good job. So now it's third and short as opposed to a 3rd and 3.
This is I hate to say key play already, and we're just still in the 3rd quarter, but this is a key play. We got to see a conversion here from the Patriots offense. And it's going to be a keeper up the middle.
And
actually
got the first down.
He got plenty. He actually squirted a little bit off guard actually to the left there and was able to get enough for a first down by plenty. So good run there by McMullen with the keeper. So another first down.
The Patriots that time, it looked like on the snap that the offensive line moved a little bit, but no flags hit the ground. So
once again, I think it was that quick play where he set up under. He didn't even say a word, probably just a nonverbal bam, and got the snap and was able to get the first down. So first down and 10 at the 45-yard line, close to that. He drops back to pass. He does have a kid open, but the pressure is too much, and he's able to squirt through. He's still on his feet. And he's got a first down and then some.
Boy,
great scramble.
That was a.k.a. Fran Tarkington, Mike. I tell you, McMullen had nowhere to go. He dropped back to pass and was feeling the heat, and that was just pure determination. He found a little bit of a gap and ran upfield and put the track shoes on and actually picked up the 3rd first down here in this 3rd quarter for the Patriots.
Briefly, he did have Fickerson open. He had a post pattern. Actually, was heading towards to the right sideline. He was open, but the pressure was just too quick, and he was not able to get the pass off. Great run there by McMullen. Just like you said, great scramble there, a.k.a. Fran Tarkington. Boy, I haven't said that name in a long time. Hamilton with the run to the right tackle there. Got maybe a yard. No, yeah, definitely got a yard, maybe 2.
Hopefully 2. We'll see where they spot it. And they're going to give him just 1 2nd and 9, though, but the ball is on the 40-yard line, so they are definitely moving the ball here.
But that's the first time this drive that they were not able to get a decent gain on first down. So
now's the time to do it on 2nd down.
Kind of a tight bunch formation.
Yeah, it's still that wing T, to the left.
And he drops back to pass once again. He looks like he's got somebody open, but he's not able to squirt through this time, though, and actually might have lost a yard back to the original line of scrimmage, or back to lost a yard. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, the ball back down to the 41-yard line, and just when they had that momentum going. But even if, things don't work out here, they did pick up, as I said, it was important to pick up a couple first downs and get a little bit of confidence on this drive.
And also improving on the field position battle, too.
Exactly.
If they're not able to convert here, they should be able to get off a pretty decent punt. Drop back, and he rolls. Corey Hamilton squirts through.
It's going to be a touchdown. Unbelievable.
Excellent play call there. Once again, another fake. They are running that wing T offense actually pretty decent at times, and that was one of those times.
That was picturesque wing T. That was almost like a Statue of Liberty. And we didn't know who had the ball because McMullen did such a good job setting up like he was dropping back to pass, and then out of nowhere,
Corey Hamilton
just cut the corner on the far side of the field and ran it all the way in, 41 yards for the touchdown, and it's 18-13. South retakes the lead, And we'll see if they're going. They are going to try.
Definitely going for two. Well,
no, they're going for 2.
Yep.
They want to try to get a 7-point lead, so that makes sense at this point.
Coe in motion, and they're going to pass it.
And it's good.
And it's good.
That completes it to Bryant Hooper. And the 2-point conversion gives the Patriots a 7-point lead with 4:15 to go in the third quarter.
Good to see Mad Max running, too.
Yes, he's running with that flag right across the Parkersburg South section. So, and that was a nice drive that time. 80-yard drive, Mike.
And sitting there, we were talking about field position battle, and then they have to crack off a 41-yard run. So
absolutely. It was capped off by the Corey Hamilton 41-yard touchdown run. And as I said, they picked up 3 very big first downs in that drive to get that 7-point lead, 20-13.
So a good stand on defense, 80-yard drive on offense. The adjustments at this point have seemed to be made. So let's see if they can continue on and keep that momentum going.
See if the defense can make some adjustments now.
That was just like you said. We really didn't even know who had the ball. I was trying to figure out. I'm trying to watch a monitor and also watch the field.
Right.
I had no idea that Hamilton had that ball. It looked like he was going to hand it off to Coe. Then it looked like he was going to McMullen was going to roll around the end for a run himself. And then all of a sudden we see Corey Hamilton streaking down the field, holding the ball, scoring a touchdown.
Yeah. I thought McMullen was rolling out to his left and was going to set up and pass it downfield. And like you said, out of nowhere, whew.
Well, while we do have this break, I do want to let you know about the upcoming events on CAS Channel 45. We're going to be bringing you this game that we are covering right now is actually tape delay, so you'll see this on a couple different occasions. Then we're going to be bringing you the PHS South boys soccer game Tuesday, August the 28th. That will be live. The next football game that we'll be bringing will be from Stadium Field as PHS will be taking on Woodrow Wilson. That will be on tape delay coverage. And then following that, on September the 4th, we'll be bringing you our first girls soccer game of the year, PHS versus Ripley, and that will be live. So upcoming sports here on CAS. Nobody brings you sports like CAS, high school sports at its best, and now with cool graphics. And I'm so geeked out about these graphics. It's awesome.
Cool graphics and Mike and Mike the Evening Edition.
That's right. Doesn't get any better than that.
That's right.
So lining up to kick will be Hunter Ferguson, the super sophomore, having a pretty good game himself, and he kicks off. Wheeler and Tabler in the backfield, but this time it's not going to go very far. It actually goes to Beal, who's able to break free, and he gets to midfield before he's brought down.
Flag in the backfield, though, Mike, back around the 40-yard line. And I think that's probably what they're going to call it. It was actually ended up being Sean Munfield.
Oh, okay.
Who picked it up at the 25-yard line on the short kick, and it's going to be a hold on the return.
Another big break for the Patriots and another costly mistake for the Tigers.
And what's even more costly about this is the ball's going to be marked back from the spot of the hold, not from where the play end. So that's going to move the Tigers back probably to around the 23, 24-yard line.
So that's about a 25-yard turnaround because he was close to midfield. So you're exactly right. That from once again, a costly mistake by the Tigers.
And they're in double digits now. That's 10
penalties. Well, you want to think that you won't have those mistakes in the opening game. You want to think that the preparation is there. But then once again, those first game jitters, and it seems like actually at this point it's affecting Marietta a little bit more. Let's just hope that they don't crack off one of those, 60-yard pass plays.
Yeah, no kidding.
It'd make me eat my words, but.
So instead of starting up around midfield, they've got 1st and 10 back at the 27-yard line now.
And handoff up the middle to Tabler, and he is met very quickly. Good penetration by the Patriots. Number 75, Van Kirk. Number 58, I think that was.
I believe.
Also on the tackle, which is Travis Mullins. So excellent coverage there. And a nice backfield stop. A loss of yards. Is there a penalty there, too?
I don't think so. No. Well, yeah, there's a flag. He might have just been spotting where no, there was a flag down. You're absolutely right. Unless they're going to wave it off. Officials are talking about it now, and the way they're talking, it's on Parkersburg South.
Well, they haven't changed the line marker. It still says one. Oh, it's
on the Tigers. My goodness, moving back 5 more yards. That was an illegal shift is what the call was. So now they're backed up to the 22-yard line.
You definitely don't want to start a drive off that way.
after just giving up the go-ahead touchdown to the Patriots. Now they get back-to-back penalties, and they've got 1st and 15.
Tabler in motion once again. And Westbrook with the snap, roll out to the right. He's got a couple receivers he could throw to. He throws down the field to number 5, Groom, who's met at the 40-yard line. Still able to make the catch and also a first down.
Yeah,
amazing.
Pass complete up to the 42-yard line. One of the adjustments that the defense for South needs to make, Mike, is they are allowing absolutely way too much time for Cody Westbrook to go out of the shotgun and have time to roll to either his right or left to set things up. And looks like we
got a player down.
Player down on the far side
that
of the field.
That could be Groom.
Yeah,
he did take a nice shot there at the end of that play.
He kind of got sandwiched between 2 defenders. He probably, hopefully, just had the breath knocked out of him.
We got a couple people attending to him, so while he is being looked after, we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. And it looks like Johnny Groom was okay. He was able to jog off the field under his own power. So play resumes, 1st down and 10, and Westbrook goes back to pass again. This time, he's able to get a reception, and that's the first time we've seen that number today.
Yeah, it's number 80, tight end Billy Grazer. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 155 pounds. And that's good for another first down. That time Groom felt a little bit of pressure, but he stood in the pocket and was able to complete it. I tell you, being 6'3", that's giving him, Westbrook, not Groom, sorry, giving Westbrook a little good look downfield at the receiver, so the height definitely to his advantage.
That's right. So 1st down and 10, and they hand off to Tabler. Fumble!
And I think South's got it.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Just when the Tigers had that momentum, they get the turnover that the Patriots that they needed. And that's 2 big turnovers for the Tigers tonight, Mike, to go along with the 11 penalties that they had.
You want to say, the passing game's going pretty well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, But, you got to mix it up a little bit. So I'm sure that's why they throw in the occasional running play, especially, lately it's been more pass than run. But I don't know, just a bobble in the exchange there, and a lucky Patriot was able to pounce on the ball, turnover, and the Patriots now get to work on their lead a little bit. Now 20-13 still. I can't see how much time's left in the third quarter. We're getting close to the end. Sean Coe with the ball. He's able to squirt free for a yard or 2.
2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay.
I was waiting until the play ended there. 7-point lead by the Patriots, and that time I think the reason there wasn't a flag, both teams kind of jumped at the same time prior to the snap, so they just let it go. A short, actually no gain, just able to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, so you got 2nd and 10 on the 35 for the Patriots offense.
Well, again, you'd like to see some momentum here. You definitely want to see a build on the lead here, but just a couple of the success they've been having on 1st down, not so much in the last couple of plays. And he's able to squirt free there. Well, I thought he was.
Flag in the backfield, and I'm afraid that's going to be a holding call. That kind of looked a little bit like a busted play.
Yeah.
McMullen turned around, and his back wasn't where he thought he was going to be, so he just took up off field, and penalty is going to be against the Patriots.
Well, you definitely don't want to be moving backwards, but now they got to. That'll stay 2nd down, right?
Yeah, 2nd down. They'll just back him up 10 yards on the holding call. So now back to the 25-yard line. You're going to be looking at 2nd and 20 now. So this would be a play to line up at least 3 receivers, if not 4. We've only seen McMullen go under shotgun 1 time tonight, and I think this would be another good time for him to try that.
So 2nd down, about 20. And do have 1 receiver out left. And a bobbled snap. Nope. It looked like a bobbled snap at first, and they're moving backwards again.
I think that time just the surge by the Tiger defensive line, the right side, just was on the ball right from the snap, and the ball carrier just got pushed straight backwards, so it's another loss, and we're going to be looking at a 3rd and around 23 maybe. Actually, somehow, I don't know how, it's got back to the line of scrimmage on that. Gave him forward progress, and it's going to be, nope, now they finally change it. That's what I thought, 3rd and 23.
So McMullen is under center, and he drops back. Got a little bit of pressure there. He's able to get through, and he was able to go forward for a couple of yards. Definitely nothing monumental there, so it's going to be a pretty long fourth down punting situation for the Patriots.
Well, he got himself in a situation, Mike, that time. Once he turned the corner, he got across the line of scrimmage, and it could not throw the ball. Even if he would have been able to be open enough to throw it, the defensive coverage had all the receivers covered, so he just kind of had to eat it. And that's a fourth down with under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
So not able to capitalize on the Marietta mistake. So Hunter Ferguson gets the snap, and he punts the ball. It's going to be a nice punt once again, and it actually hits the ground at the 30, where Wheeler picks it up, and he starts to bring it upfield. He gets to the 45, 47-yard line before he's brought down. So the Tigers will start with pretty decent field position once again. The last time Marietta had a turnover, it was deep in their territory, and the Patriots were able to capitalize with a short yardage touchdown, about 29-yard touchdown. This time, they had the momentum going, and they were actually on the Patriot 30-yard line, so a little bit different, state of situation, but you'd like to see a little bit more results than that.
That was a nice punt by Hunter Ferguson, actually 42 yards, but a 16-yard return, so the Tigers start 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. 1 second left here in the third quarter.
So final play, Westbrook gets the snap, fakes the handoff, got a couple receivers downfield. He throws to the sideline where it is caught, and he is brought down. I believe that was...
I think it was Michael Groom.
So nice sideline pattern there, and he was able to make the catch.
Yeah, it was kind of a lot of... Yeah, it was Groom on the reception. That is the end of the third quarter,
So
Mike.
End of the third quarter, and after 3 quarters of play, South has the lead over Marietta 20-13. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right here on CAS Channel 45. Sensational high definition. Get it. Nice. Oh, great scramble there by Westbrook, and he is actually pretty close to a first down. They had good coverage, some pressure in the backfield. He was able to squirt away, and he was able to get close to the first down.
It's going to come about 3 yards short, but that time out of the shotgun. He almost got pulled down in the backfield, but Westbrook was able to break out of it and use his 6'3" frame to his advantage, and
he's
gained 7 yards.
Actually, looks pretty comfortable as a runner too. That's something that we had not seen yet from him today, but definitely another weapon in the arsenal.
2nd and 3.
Once again in the shotgun, 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. He drops back the pass, and he's got Groom. He had Groom wide open, but I didn't see number 4 back there.
On the coverage, it was Ryan Stahl.
And that ball was well overthrown.
I don't know, Groom just got too much air under it, or the pattern, there was a mix-up on the call of the pattern, or the pass play perhaps. Because the receiver kind of stopped like he was expecting just a quick down and out for the first down, and then Groom just let it go. Now it's 3rd and 3, short yardage situation for the Tigers.
And the Patriots are needing a big stop here now. Under center now, Westbrook. And it goes to Shields, and he's able to get through. He's definitely got the first down and more. And brought down finally by number 58 of the Patriots, Travis Mullins.
But not until Shields gets all the way down to the Parkersburg South 16-yard line.
Needing 3, and he got a whole lot more than that.
So they're knocking on the door here, trailing by 7 points with 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Young test now for the young Patriots. And let's see if they can stop this momentum. Another 2 consecutive plays where Westbrook lined up under center. And again, another handoff to Shields. And not much of a gain that time, maybe just 1 or 2.
He tried to go off right tackle, but defense just didn't give anything. This is one of those situations you tell your defense, all right, maybe you can bend a little, but don't give.
Right.
And try to hold him here.
And the passing game has been a vertical passing game, meaning they've been getting some decent yards down the field. There might not be enough room for him to get a good pass.
Yeah, that's true. Now they got 14 yards to work with.
Another shotgun handoff to Tabler, who's able to get a couple yards around the right tackle.
It's down to about the 6-yard line. But it's going to set up a third and relatively long situation for the Tigers with under 10 minutes to go here in the game. And they trail by 7, so it'll be interesting to see if this is going to be a 2-down situation. Third and a very long 3 at this point of the game.
Just one receiver split out to the left, so a tighter formation. More like a wing T, really, for it's just in the center or a quarterback with a shotgun formation. Around right tackle again. He got some yards. Was it enough?
They came up about 1 yard short of the first down. They needed 3. That was a good call, actually, by the Tigers. And I would say with under 10 minutes to go.
They gave him the first down.
Oh, they did. They gave him forward progress down to the 5-yard line. So first and goal. Tigers now have 4 cracks to get it into the end zone. That just shows the importance of keeping those legs driving, because you never know when the official's going to give you that forward momentum.
So again, a short yardage, and they have number 74 lined up in the backfield for the Tigers. That is Charlie Becker. He's an extra offensive lineman, but this time he's in the backfield. He hands off to Shields, who goes up the middle. They have not gave an indication yet.
No, they're about half a foot short. But that time, the big tackle you're talking about, that time was in there strictly for blocking, and he really paved the way for Shields that time. But it's going to be second and goal from, I guess, at about the half-foot line.
Same formation, same lineup.
Maybe a quarterback sneak here.
Up the middle, Shields, and this time he's in.
Yep, he plows his way in.
So touchdown, Shields. So Marietta back on the scoreboard again.
Trailing by 1 now, 20-19 with 8:26 to go in the ball game. And now comes your ever important extra point, Mike. And the Tigers have been unsuccessful so far tonight. I take that back. They got that one that just squeaked over, their second touchdown that gave them the lead right before halftime.
The kicker is not on the field. But that extra lineman in the backfield is. Charlie Becker lined up in the backfield again, so they are going for 2. And they didn't get it.
They didn't get it. Huge
Interesting
play.
call. I don't think it's a wrong call.
You still have 8 minutes and 26 seconds to go, and I think one thing that Coach Spicer from Marietta is thinking about is the fact how much the offense for the Patriots has been struggling so far, and he knows they'll probably get the ball back again. That scoring drive started at the 35-yard line. It was a 53-yard total drive. Shields from 2 yards out on the TD run. They picked up 3 first downs during the drive, but they missed the extra point conversion. Then they trail 20-19 with 8:26 to go in the ball game.
Just like I said, though, I don't know if that's the wrong call. I mean, on those last 2 plays, they were getting a surge. They were able to get 2 yards. That's all you got to get for the 2-point conversion. So I don't think that's the wrong call. Just a good defensive stand finally by the Patriots. So it's going to make things a little interesting now.
We'll see if it comes back to haunt them. The one thing to think about, if they would have kicked and tied it up and neither team scored, since we're playing here in West Virginia, they go by the overtime rule.
Right.
And now trailing by 1 still, that's not going to come into effect anymore. But Marietta's been driving the ball, and South at times has moved the ball, but at times the offense has stalled. So it's really kind of a battle of wills right now. Who wants it more?
Right. What the Patriots have to do now, and it's pretty obvious, time-consuming, mistake-free.
Drive the football.
Drive the football. Running plays to keep the clock moving. Did Marietta use a timeout this half?
Marietta has used 1 timeout.
Okay,
They've got 2 left.
So they can only stop the clock twice themselves. So
South's got all 3 timeouts left.
So the perfect world would say, receive this kick and run the ball. Let's see what happens. Eschball with the kick. It's going to be a squib kick. And a nice play by Fickerson. Actually, Busick.
Yeah, he came over to catch it. Tigers were trying to catch, I think, South offsides and hoping that it would touch one of the Patriots and they would recover.
Well, remember on the kickoff, the ball is live. If it goes 10 yards and if there's a fast enough Marietta receiver, if they can catch it in the air, that's their ball. That's a design play. I'm sure that a lot of teams have been practicing lately. I've seen that in the pros happen maybe once or twice in the last couple of years. So that's a design play. I don't know, interesting. It gives Patriots pretty good field position to start off with, though.
They'll start the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. There are 8:25 left, and as you were saying, Mike, it's time for that 3 yards in a cloud of dust, or smash mouth football, if you will.
Let's see if they can go back to the 6 to 7 yard first down play instead of the 1 to 2 yard first down play. McMullen with the putting Coe in motion. He takes the snap. He hands it off to Hunter Ferguson, who gets met in the backfield. He's still kind of going a little bit, and a little bit of a late hit there.
That's not quite what we were looking for.
No, that's
we want to burn some clock but get some positive yardage. Ball's back to the 30-yard line, so it's a 4-yard loss. But it looks like there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. No, wait,
Nope, they're just late spotting the ball.
It was interesting how they spotted that. I thought they were going to give him forward motion there for a second. I was like, he was doing that on his own, so I don't know.
4-yard loss, 2nd and 14 now, under 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
And unfortunately, with that means at some point they're going to have to pass the ball, which means they're going to have to possibly stop the clock too. And there's the pass. He goes back to pass. He drops back, and in and out of the hands of number 6, Busick.
Yeah, that went right through his hands. Good coverage over there, though, by Groom on defense. That wouldn't have picked up a first down, but would have got a lot of that yardage back. About 8 yards in. As you said, the incomplete pass stops the clock, and now it's 3rd and 14.
So passing situation for the Patriots, unless they're just wanting to get good field position for the punt. If I were you, I would not let that Tiger offense back on the field, though. I mean, you may not have a whole lot of choice, but a fumble. Coe bobbled it and was able to recover it, but that means more yards lost for the Patriots. And a long 4th down now. Definite punting situation. Hunter Ferguson's had a couple of good punts in the last couple attempts. He's definitely going to need to bring out a good one right now.
What you want to do, though, they just now started the 25-second play clock. Let that run down to like 3 seconds, because then we'll be down to under 6 minutes in the game, and that will help the clock situation a little bit for the Patriots.
Good. Decent punt. Nice spiral. Wheeler's going to make the catch about the 42-yard line, and he runs to the right. Got a bit of an opening. He's still on his feet, and a good block, and he's going to squeeze. No, he gets tackled around the
4-yard line. Unbelievable. Wow, he fielded that at midfield, Mike, actually around the 40-yard line, came to the sidelines, and I thought maybe he had stepped out, but then he weaved his way back onto the field and found some more room, just kept running.
I think a couple Patriots thought he was going to go out of bounds too, and he didn't. Yeah, he went back towards the middle, was able to get a couple more yards, all the way down to they're going to spot it at the 9-yard line.
So I think what happened, he kind of froze those defenders when he was near the sideline. They thought he was going to run out, and he cut back, and now it's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 4 shots for the Tigers to get in the end zone.
And Tabler with the handoff. Goes around right. And they were able to make the stop, but not before about a 3-yard gain.
Picked up 5 yards, actually, down to the 4. So 2nd and goal, rather, from the 4. Clock turns now. Patriots do have all 3 timeouts, and you might want to think about using one of those. If they can hold them here on 3rd down, take one of your timeouts.
Beal out to the left, and Groom in motion, and this time they hand the ball out to the outside, and he's going to get in almost untouched.
So now that makes the score 25-20, and you can almost guarantee that the Tigers will go for the 2-point conversion this time. There's exactly 5:55 left on the clock here in the ball game, and the Patriots have all 3 timeouts left.
So an unfortunate turn of events for the Patriots.
Tigers do take a timeout here, Mike. They want to talk things over. Probably decide on just exactly what play they want to execute on this 2-point conversion. They're up by 5 right now. Of course, a 2-point conversion would give them that ever important 7-point lead with 5:55 to go. On that play for the Tigers on that drive, of course, after the 34-yard punt return, they started on the 9-yard line, and the scored Tabler ran it in from 4 yards out for the TD to give them the current 5-point lead, 25-20, with 5:55 to go.
I don't know. The school of probably, just like you said, the school of thought would be go for 2 here. But what about the situation where the kicking game for the South has not been tremendous either? If they happen to score a touchdown, that puts it in a tie. I don't know. What do you do?
No, 25-20. If South would score a touchdown, they would go up 26-25.
Well, if Marietta were to kick here,
oh, I got you,
and that be 26-20, I still say you're in pretty safe.
I see what you're saying.
But they're going to definitely go for 2. No, if they don't make it, if South scores a touchdown, they're up 1. So I don't know. There's lots of schools of thought here.
Right.
They got 2 receivers split out left, and 1 in motion in Tabler. So the backfield is now empty for Westbrook. He steps back. He's definitely going to be passing to the left. He does not make the catch, and he actually passed to the middle. So they do not make the 2-point conversion.
And it was Tabler on the attempt that time. He came out of the backfield, and he was open, but the ball, he trapped it, the official said. Now, from the perspective that we had, it looked like he caught it, but the official right there on the spot. So now, as you said, all the Patriots need to do is drive down the field and score the touchdown, and they'll be up by 1, 26-25.
So, well, while we got this little break, let me tell you about Perry Tire Service. Kids back to school, stop by and get your car ready for the winter ahead. See the car care specialist at Perry Tire Center, Route 95 in Guyon Road. Perry's is an American car care center with the newest alignment technology in town. They sell all the major tire brands, all major and minor auto repair, fleet service, work welcome, AAA approved garage. Give them a call, Perry's Tire Service at 485-6141. So, interesting things that are about ready to take place. The South is now in a position where all they have to do is score a touchdown. They'll be in the lead. All they got to do is score a touchdown. What do they got to do, Mike?
Yeah, all they got to do is score a touchdown.
There we go.
It's going to be key here what kind of field position they get on this kickoff.
Right. Well, I don't think they're going to do a squib in this situation.
No, but both teams have been struggling with the kicking game tonight. And kicking it off is number 10, Zane Eschball.
Down the field, the kick goes.
Good end over end.
It's going to be going to Reed, who catches the ball kind of haphazardly. He's able to make a pretty nice run, though. He goes up the middle, and he's finally stopped around the 38-yard line, I think.
Yeah, good return. He bobbled it when he caught it. He caught it on about the 4-yard line, so that's about a 34-yard return.
So that's a good start.
Sets the Patriots up good. They're actually going to spot it on the 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, and they've got all 3 timeouts and 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to work with. But they've got to keep moving the ball and pick up the first downs.
The drives that they have had success, they were getting good yardage on first down. Let's see if they can start it off again this time. Hamilton with the ball. He goes around the left end, and he's stopped after about a yard gain, maybe.
Good tackle that time by Jared Ross, a junior for the Tigers. Kept the gain from being any further that time. They are going to pick up about 1, and it is 2nd and 9. The clock continues to turn. You just said in those previous plays where they were successful on the drives, they were picking up 7 or 8 yards on first down. Now all of a sudden they're picking up just 1 or 2. Now they've got a 2nd and long here. It's probably a pass situation for South.
Reed split out to the right, and they have to hurry up. And there's only 3 left on the 30-second clock. They, after a fake, roll out by McMullen. He's going to finally get rid of the ball, but that pass pretty much wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, he did slip when he threw the ball.
Oh, okay.
Though. Now, I don't think that it would have been completed because the receiver was kind of running a different pattern than where he threw to. But as he planted his foot to throw it, it went right out from underneath of him.
So that's going to set up a 3rd down and 9 now for the Patriots.
They're going to set the ball up on the left hash mark, the near side of the field. So that does give McMullen plenty of room to roll out to his right side.
Critical play now. Fickerson and Busick set out to the right. Hamilton, and I didn't see who the far left receiver is. Oh, and he's going to get sacked.
Oh, there's a penalty too. I think that may be roughing. He did sack him, but the flag came down right when he got hit. I think possibly they're going to say that defender went in and put his helmet right in the back of McMullen.
No,
they're calling it on South.
They're going to call illegal shift. Maybe a receiver was not set before the ball was hiked, and
boy, that could be. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the play on the Tigers, but when you go in headstrong with your head, usually the call ends up going against you. So the Tigers did gain a break there. Now it's 4th down and 9, and they're undecided on what's going on here. McMullen, yeah, he's going to go from the shotgun now. He looks a little shaken up. Nope, they're going to punt. They got the punter back there. And no, it snapped over his head. Unbelievable.
It seemed like, and they're finally going to tackle him at the 5-yard line, and that, it seemed like that he wasn't lined up far enough. I don't know. It seemed like he was I thought punters were supposed to be about 15 yards back. And I don't think he was any more than 10 yards back.
He was only about 10. I don't know what the thought was, but it went right over the head of Hunter Ferguson.
Well, the center must have thought he was 15 yards back because he hiked it 15 yards.
Over his head, and all Ferguson can do was track it down, and the Tigers are in business, up by 5 already. First and goal
knocking
on
at the door
6.
again.
Yep. Looking to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Round end. A nice stop there by a Patriot defender, but
and Shields on the carry. Clock continues to turn. Again, South does have all 3 timeouts left.
And they're probably going to have to start thinking about using them now.
Pickup of a yard, so down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 5 now. If they can stop them here, you would think that they would use one of the 3 timeouts. Tigers using up every second possible on that play clock.
And they finally do snap it with 5. Shields with the carry up the middle. And stopped about at the 2-yard line, maybe?
Yeah, about the 1 or 2. Yep, they do say the 2, so now it's 3rd and goal from the 2. Clock continues to wind, and the Patriots, to my surprise, have yet to burn any of those 3 timeouts. And they're just now setting the play clock in motion. Groom has been taking about 22 of the 25 seconds before he snaps the ball, just now coming under center, and there's 10 seconds left.
They do have that Becker, the lineman, in the backfield again, trying to punch it in now. Shields with the ball, and up the middle for a touchdown.
3 minutes and 13 seconds left. It's now suddenly 31-20, and that may have been Katie bar the door for the Patriots.
And the score is what it is. It's a shame that it's that point because there's so many mistakes that have been made by the Tigers today. The costly penalties, the turnovers.
2 costly turnovers, 11 penalties, but
only 1 capitalized upon though. And
yep. They've made the big play when they had to, though. And the Patriots have been unable to do that. That drive started at the 36-yard line.
And the PAT was again blocked.
Okay. Ended up with a 2-yard touchdown run by Mike Shields. And if I'm not mistaken, that's his 3rd touchdown of the game.
I do believe that you are correct, sir. All right, so the score now 31-20. Marietta now comfortably in the lead, I would say, with 3 minutes left in the ballgame, or close to 3 minutes left in the ballgame.
Yep, 3 minutes, 13 seconds, 11-point lead. It's going to take a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal to send it into overtime. Chances of that happening with 3 minutes and 13 seconds it's possible. Never say never.
We will be awarding somebody the Johnson Chiropractic Player of the Game at the end of this game, and then following the game, we'll have a quick post-game show where we'll discuss some stats, and we will wax poetic about certain things, and then we'll talk about what's next on the CAS schedule. That's coming up following the game right here on CAS Channel 45. You know, stranger things have happened, and you never know. I mean, the Patriots have broken off a big run, so that's not well out of the realm of possibility. You never want to say never, just like I said, but I would say at this point, I'd say the Tigers are comfortably in the lead.
Well, you look at the paper tomorrow morning and look at the statistics of this ball game. You're going to say, how did they win by whatever the final margin is going to be, if indeed they do hold on for the victory? Because you would see 11 penalties, 2 turnovers. It's just they were able to take advantage of field position and key plays, and so far Parkersburg South has been unable to do that.
Well, if they do end up winning this ball game, I'm sure Coach Spicer is not going to say, you know what, this is an ugly win, I don't want it. He's going to take the win.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, this has been a very ugly win, and they might. That goes out of bounds. Once again, trying that little pooch kick.
Almost worked that time for the Tigers. Patriots, what they'll do is they'll just take the ball on the 35-yard line, give themselves a little bit of field position here. But they are in a hurry-up situation and definitely in a passing situation. And they've really, Mike, only been successful on the one time tonight when they had the touchdown pass.
Right.
Back in the first quarter.
Well, if there's any 50-yard plays in the playbook, Coach Boland's better figure them out right now. Actually, a little bit more than that, but.
Boy, with South's young team, too, they do not have an easy schedule. They actually, it's been said, they've got one of the toughest schedules in the state of West Virginia.
Arguably,
for AAA.
I've heard many people say arguably that it is the toughest in the state.
They've got next week a team from D.C. coming in, Calvin Coolidge, and then they've got 4 games in a row, which include at Lancaster and Cambridge, Ohio, which were both playoff teams last year. Then they go on the road at Brook, which is a very tough place to play. Then they have to come here and play Parkersburg, who is the number 15 rated team in the nation.
McMullen takes a snap, he rolls out to the right and fakes a pass. He's able to get up the field, first down yardage, and he finally brought down at the 46-7-yard line.
And that was the best run by McMullen tonight. A good pump fake right as he got to the line of scrimmage that froze the defender and allowed him to get the opening he needed to scamper upfield and get the first down.
So good yardage there. Maybe too little too late, though. Reed split out to the left. Looks like Busick out to the right. Hamilton and Coe in the backfield. McMullen drops back to pass. Finds Reed once again, and this time a little bit too high for him. Good coverage by Wheeler.
At least the incomplete pass does stop the clock.
That's right.
Make it 2nd and 10 with 2:42 to go in the ball game. Across the way, a lot of the Parkersburg South fans have starting to scamper out.
Yes. Well, if you're Coach Boland, what do you say about this game?
Well, you know, just knowing Coach Boland as I do, he's going to pick out the positives of the game. I mean, you have to do that, especially with the young team he's got.
McMullen back to pass, but
then you've got to also, he's the type of coach who's going to pinpoint the things that they need to improve on. And he knows if they don't improve in a hurry with the schedule they've got, they could very easily be on the downside of the record.
That's right. We got 3rd down and 10.
With 2:38 left, ball on the 47-yard line.
McMullen in shotgun. Flag down on the play, and I'm thinking there's going to be some sort of illegal shift, some sort of maybe two receivers in motion at the same time.
I think Hamilton may have cut up field just a little too soon. So that'll take it back and now make it 3rd and 15. It was refused, so it's still 3rd and 10. Or check that. Fourth
down and 10.
And this is probably really, you know, the Patriots, the funny thing is I look at the scoreboard, Mike, and they still have all 3 timeouts left.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's a reason I never got into coaching. I prefer to be in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, it's easy to make the decisions up here. Why didn't they take a timeout? Once again, McMullen now in shotgun. It is 4th down and 10. Reed in motion. And they're going to try, and broken up by number 12 for the Tigers.
Ash Bloomingdale.
And
boy, if he would have intercepted that, that would have had touchdown written all over it.
Had a lot of green in front of him, that is for sure. So
still going to see Tigers take over here, and only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. I'm sure we're going to see a wholesale substitutions on both sides of the ball now.
And as soon as you say that, we got Cody Westbrook back on the field.
Yeah,
so.
the entire offense. Oh, well, proved me wrong on that one.
So, score 31-20. Marietta now firmly in the lead. A little over 2 minutes left in the ball game. They don't look like they're getting ready to kneel down, though.
No, shotgun formation. I think they want more.
I think they got a couple things they want to practice for next week's ball game.
Oh, flag. I think too much time.
Yeah,
Didn't
they
get
took
the snap off in time.
delay of game. Well, that's what you get for trying to run up the score. That's all I can say.
And those delay games always gets caught on the quarterback, unfortunately.
Well, we thank you for watching tonight's ball game. We are going to be replaying this game Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all at 7 p.m. You're watching CAS Cable, the home of the $95 triple play, phone, cable, internet, only the guys are going to kill me for that one, only $95.
You didn't finish your sentence. So
yes, that's right.
You're okay.
Only $29.99. Yeah, that is definitely a mistake on my part, folks. So CAS has high definition. You can watch your favorite shows and sports in beautiful, spectacular high definition. Plus, you can also get DVR, pause, rewind, replay live TV, and record your favorite TV shows with the one touch of a button. I want to get that. That is some good stuff right there.
So you're right about the $29.99. If you break it down, it's $29.99 each.
That's right.
For your total of $95.
There you go. It's a bargain.
I saved you.
I think South takes the timeout right there.
They finally burn it. No, believe it or not, Marietta took the timeout. Strangely enough. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the ball game. Boy, as far as player of the game goes, we'll have to discuss this one during a commercial break.
Well, on the Marietta side, you've got Shields, who scored at least three touchdowns that we can think of, so that's pretty good. Westbrook's had a pretty good game passing. I don't know. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's up for grabs. Groom's had a good game receiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We'll have to discuss that later on. 2nd down and 11. Beal out. Beal out to the left. Groom in motion. Westbrook in the shotgun formation. Gets the snap. And he's going to pass down the field. Groom once again caught in stride. Beautiful pass play.
Down to the 20-yard line. Picks up the first down. Boy, if you're the Parkersburg South coaching staff, you're probably thinking to yourself, why are you doing this?
We got a player down for Marietta, by the way. See, now there's something that we could probably argue about, too. Receiver down. You pretty much got the ball game in hand. You thought they were going to have some wholesale substitutions. They did not do so. Now they got a player hurt. We don't know. It could be a cramp. It could be a torn ACL. You don't know.
Exactly.
I think that's interesting and maybe a possibly bad call there for Coach Spicer. We do not know. While that player is down, we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. You're watching CAS coverage of high school football. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, he's up, and
he's
moving under his own power.
A little bit of a limp there, but okay. So, all right. So we don't have to call for Coach Spicer's job now.
I think it's probably just a leg cramp the way he's limping.
Still, though, you gotta think.
You still got the point. Yeah, 11-point lead, 2 minutes to go, and you're trying to get it in the end zone again. And as we say that, he's still bringing his starters back. I see a few new faces out there now, but
I still see number 9.
That's the thing. Also, Anthony Tabler still out there.
Groom.
Shields still out there. Yeah,
pretty much the starting lineup out there, except for Munfield.
I know the frustration of wanting to beat South so bad, but trying to drive up the score to me just doesn't have
And
it
now
looks like the victory formation now. Nope, they do a handoff.
And he goes around the right side. He breaks free for a few more yards and finally brought down close to first down yardage, maybe even well past.
Yeah, the first down marker was at about the 12-yard line.
So even 2 minutes left on the clock.
Now they start the play clock as they set the first down marker, and they're going to say the ball apparently just inside the 10-yard line at the 9-yard line.
Still in shotgun formation, and now they're going to take a timeout.
And they burned their last timeout. Very interesting. Maybe now they're going to put all their substitutions in. It's kind of hard to read coaches at this early point of the season.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things they want to work out. They want to work out the bugs. This might be a situation they just want to run their offense, for a couple more plays. I still think it could have been pretty costly right there. Hopefully it's just a cramp. He was able to walk off the field under his own power, but a little bit of a limp there. I don't know. Let's talk about the upcoming schedule once again. We're going to be bringing you live coverage of the PHS South boys soccer game. That's going to be on August the 28th. The next football game we bring you will be from Stadium Field. It'll be tape-delayed coverage of PHS versus Woodrow Wilson. That's on August the 31st. And then the first girls soccer game that we'll be bringing you, PHS versus Ripley, that will be live on September the 4th. And as the Wood County students are coming back into session on Monday, that means the Wood County students are going to be doing the production for CAS Channel 45. We'll have the students running the cameras, maybe even in some situations doing play-by-play as well. Broadcasting students of the Wood County Technical Center. And, of course, the great folks at CAS Cable bringing you great sporting events all fall long. And all season long, really.
Can't forget about the spring.
That's right. We'll be bringing you basketball in the winter and wrestling, even baseball and softball in the spring. So it's going to be all season long. Just excited to bring you once again top-notch coverage of high school sports on CAS Channel 45. Westbrook gets the snap. He hands it off to Tabler, who brings it around the round tackle on the right side, able to get a couple more yards. And the clock ticks once again.
Minute and 30 to go. It's going to be a second down and goal at the 5-yard line. Tigers are trying to pound it in again, Mike, but they're taking their time doing it.
I noticed Westbrook's got one of those little
wristbands
with the plays on there. Very professional looking.
They haven't started the play clock yet. They haven't even put the ball in motion. I think they're just wanting this game to be over.
Clock is ticking, but they haven't set the ball yet.
Yep, now
it
is.
1 minute left on the clock. There's the snap that goes to Shields, who
gets it in for the touchdown.
And that will be his 4th touchdown in the ball game.
I think that wrapped up our player of the game.
Yeah. You can say a lot about all the other things, but, the name of the game is points. And when you score 24 points by yourself, I don't know. I think that puts the wraps on it. So now the score
37-20 with
37-20.
53.5 ticks.
And they get the chance to practice their PAT one more time.
And I don't mean to be redundant, but that was almost a sword in the side of the Patriots. When these two teams meet again, it could be ugly.
Right.
Next season at Marietta.
Snap. Hold pretty good, and the kick, finally a line drive, but it goes through. And that brings the score now 38-20. Marietta firmly in the lead, less than 1 minute left in the ball game. And
they've put 25 points on the board here in the second half to just 8 points for the Patriots. And the second half really has been the turn on that scoring drive. The Tigers started on the 47-yard line. It's a 53-yard drive, picked up 2 first downs and a 5-yard touchdown run by Mike Shields, his 4th touchdown of the game to cap this Tiger victory, up 38-20.
Well, we just need to line up the kick, and maybe Coach Bowen will want to run a couple more plays. Maybe run the offense, see if we can get something to work.
At this point, it's hard to tell what he'll do. He may just
He may also be in the
down the ball and let the clock run. And
yeah, he might empty out the bench a little bit as well.
Get to the locker room.
So Eschball lines up to kick, and we have number 1 for Bryant Hooper and number 24 Joseph Reed lining up to receive the kick. Who knows? They may practice the pooch kick again. Who knows?
Yeah, they've almost been successful a couple times. Wouldn't that just put the cake on it? They kick it and they recover it.
And he is set. Here is the kick. And it is a pooch kick. I don't think it's going to go the full 10 yards, though.
They're calling it.
It didn't go the full 10.
They're calling it Marietta ball. That one official's calling it Marietta ball. I'm like you. I didn't think it went the full 10.
I think it not only did not go the full 10, it was touched before by a Marietta player. They're going to say that apparently they're going to say that the South recovered it because they are pointing first down for the Patriots. So, how much time left on the clock?
50.7 seconds. Certainly want to thank all of our sponsors. Definitely want to put a word in again for our spotter tonight, Matt Helm, my son.
Doing a fine job keeping track of the scoring drives. Our sponsors, again, Perry Tire Service, Dowler's Tractor Sales, Johnson Chiropractic, and, of course, CAS Cable, the home of the $95 triple play. McMullen under center. He hands the ball off to a.
Actually, it wasn't.
No,
McMullen.
It was
quarterback that time. It's Cody Swearigan. Swearigan. I hope I'm saying that right. And Cody Jarrell was the ball carrier.
So the Patriots have brought some sophomores out on the field to run a couple of plays.
And I don't know why the clock's not still running. It stopped. And I don't think South must have taken a timeout. Yet they finally used one of their 3 timeouts. Now they have 2 timeouts left.
Well, I'm not familiar with Coach Bolin. Is he just a perfectionist, and maybe he just wants to make sure that even the sophomores are going to run the plays?
I think he wants, at this point, these players that are in right now to make sure that they understand the plays they're running and that they get them executed. But just to add to what you're trying to say, you know, you had those 3 timeouts to burn, and you very easily could have used them at a more appropriate time when you were still in the ball game. But again, that's why I'm not down on the sidelines.
That's right. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 after no gain on the play. And Cody swearing, I think it's swearing in, like we're swearing in.
Yeah.
So, and
that's good.
Under center, and sends number 36 into motion. He drops back to pass, and he is met quickly by some Marietta defenders and sacked, brought down for about a 4-yard loss.
And that might very well be.
That could be the final
close
play.
To the last play.
Still got 30 seconds on the ticking clock.
They haven't. They just now put the play clock in motion. No, they haven't yet. Now they have. So this probably will be the last play unless it's an incomplete pass.
And a flag down on the play.
Oh, good grief. A little bit of illegal motion there on the Parkersburg South offense, I believe, is what the call is going to be.
And this is the game that officially will not end.
Now they're going to call encroachment on the defense. Some fresh faces in on the defensive line, a little excited and trying to get a head start on the count and jump the line. Now they've started the clock, and it's down to under 10 seconds.
Swearing in gets the snap, and he will pass it. And it is complete by.
It's completed, but time runs out. It was completed
to Garrett Foggin.
And that's going to end the ball game, but nonetheless, a 40-yard completion on his first. He's 1 for 1 for 40 yards.
There you go. That goes in the stat book just like any other stat. So that is the final play of the ball game. The gun has sounded. The final score: Marietta Tigers 38, Parkersburg South Patriots 20. We will go and see a couple of commercials, and then following that, we'll give you some final stats, some final thoughts, and we'll call it an evening on CAS Channel 45.
And welcome back to the Erickson All Sports Facility. Final score, Marietta Tigers 38 and the Parkersburg South Patriots 20. First game of the season here in the high school football season here on Channel 45 CAS Cable, who just brings the best sports around all through the season, Mike. And really the story of the game, if you were to look at tomorrow morning's paper, as I said early, Marietta Tigers had 2 big turnovers and they had 11 total penalties, but when it comes down to it, they were able to make the big plays when they needed it and were able to get the running game established. And the Parkersburg South offense really was just stagnant all night long. They had a
spotty.
couple, yeah, very spotty. They did have a couple of good drives and a good touchdown pass, but some good points, but definitely some things that they need to improve and work up on as the season progresses.
Well, we were saying in the commercial break, you really, with an 18-point lead, you can't say that Marietta dodged a bullet because they pretty handily won this game, but you almost could say that they did dodge a bullet. I mean, 11 penalties. A lot of them were costly. They weren't just like little ticky-tack penalties. I mean, they were at really, really inopportune times. 2 costly turnovers, 1 capitalized upon by South. But you're right. The offense for South was spotty. Coach Bolin, you say he accentuates the positive. He's got some things that he can do. I'm sure there's some things that he can work on. Unfortunately, this schedule is a little bit too tough, I think, for him to be having that, that spotty of an offense. They're going to have to go in. They're going to have to make some adjustments. McMullen, he had a pretty good day. Was able to scramble around a little bit. Got a couple of good passes off. A couple of good runs. I don't know. I mean, spotty offense. There's definitely going to need to be some adjustments made on the offensive end.